What's up? A little bit of change of plans. 2 nights in a row. Chaz canceled on me yesterday. I guess the draft is pushed back. I don't know exactly to 11 p.m. Eastern, so it's an hour from now. So what I want to do here, since I've already scheduled my whole night around this and went on early and ditched out on my wife, I'm already on here. So let's talk about these weird-ass ADPs. Maybe we can hop in an underdog draft, and hopefully he gets back to me with the exact time. Not the biggest deal in the world. I've been going through these ADPs, guys. It is hilarious. I know we're still into best ball mode, but like we know where guys should go. Best ball, redraft, whatever. This is PPR. Man, I'm going to go through some of these things that are wild. So this is going to be a 10-man league with, you can see the settings here, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and 2 flexes. This is 1 flex? Only 1 flex. So really shallow league here. Going through a couple of things that stood out to me, and I'm really salty because I've always done really well on ESPN, and I usually do about 2 or 3 home leagues on ESPN every year. Most of mine are on Yahoo or Sleeper, but I was in 2 last year ESPN. Both my ESPN leagues are like folded this year. I would never commission anything on ESPN, just so you know. I don't endorse this platform because it's a joke. And they're both gone, so I don't get to freaking win money on ESPN. I am drafting. This is Junkbuster's team. He'll be on here shortly. But a couple of things I noticed. So we have, let's see, 3, 4, 5. Jalen Hurts is quarterback 5. Jackson Dart's quarterback 7. Trevor Lawrence is quarterback 8. Bo Nix quarterback 10. Look where Caleb is at. Caleb and Herbert are so depressed in value here. So I told him, like, we're just not going to take a quarterback and take either Stafford, Caleb, or Herbert. This is 4 for a passing touchdown, or Mahomes. Like, I'll just take any of these guys in round 13. And I thought that was wild. First thing I noticed. Jonathan Starbucks for the wife. Hey-o. Appreciate that. We're not big Starbucks fans. Shit's expensive. Plus, she works for the she's a mail carrier. So she gets a lot of like presents on Christmas, like gifts from people. And a lot of people give Starbucks. We have so many Starbucks. I'm going to spend that money wisely on her, though. Probably a couple McDoubles. How does that sound? A couple McDoubles for the wife and myself. I will scarf those fuckers down.
Taco, don't think just because I got a lot of money, I'll give you taco flavored kisses, honey. Fulfill all your wishes with my taco flavored kisses. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco, taco.
You probably couldn't hear in the background. She's like, I love McDoubles. Actually, babe, you like the daily double, though. The daily double is more expensive. It has more like green and like veggies on it. But God, McDonald's is terrible, but it's delicious. It's just hell is what it is. Taco Bell's worse. But thank you, Jonathan. As always, you're the man. All right, so I noticed that at quarterback, like at ESPN, just wait at quarterback because this is so free. Like Bo Nix, I know they're like all going in the same back to back in the rankings. Like Bo Nix over Caleb, Bo Nix over Herbert, Bo Nix over Mahomes. Never, ever, ever am I doing that. So we'll see how these people draft. Going over to the running back position, what did I notice? I noticed that Jeremiah Love is 13th overall. Just freaking wild. Ahead of Genty. Like, think about that world. Like, if someone's drafting on ADP, which you should never do, but rankings, never draft on rankings, someone's going to take Jeremiah Love, and we have the 3rd pick in this draft. Someone's going to take Jeremiah Love before we even pick, which is fine with me. I love Jeremiah Love. But Genty, Hampton, Barkley, Henry, Chase Brown below Derrick Henry, and this is full PPR. Kenneth Walker down here. That was pretty interesting. The rankings here with Judkins and Bucky at 40 and 41, and you see Hendy, Tootin, and Swift. These guys are all in the same tier for me. And like Bashaw Tootin, 20 picks after Judkins. David Montgomery, 22 picks after Judkins. What are we doing here? Stevenson, 97. Rico, 98. Love all the value here. Couple of things that did stand out. I'm going to go to position by position. We're going to get an underdog draft here while we wait for the draft to start. What's up, Wally? How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Again, have a little change of plans here. We're doing the draft a little later. We will do an underdog draft, though, in the meantime. I just want to go through a couple more of these ADP things that were concerning and weird. Garrett Wilson brought up to 26 in ESPN ahead of A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, 27. That's insane. Malik Neighbors down there at 32. Say Flowers at 34, Ibuka at 42, which you think Ibuka with this format, like with this platform, would be higher. What else do I see? Luther Burden 53 after Roma Dunze. Interesting. Cortland Sutton brought all the way up to 65. So these rankings make no sense. It's not like, well, it's PPR. Like Sutton should not be this high in PPR. Alec Pierce, Marvin Harrison down at 68. That's actually pretty fair. Mike Evans, I noticed. I was looking at that. Mike Evans, 76. ESPN. Come on, man. Look at this one. Watson and Golden going back to back. Like on Underdog, it's Watson's 57 and Golden's 105. What else we have? Brian Thomas, 81. Travis Hunter's at 90. It's fucking hilarious. Where else? Anything else I saw that was really wild? Chris Godwin, 129. Great value there. So just some real eye-popping ADPs and ranks here on ESPN. This is why it's like we shouldn't play ESPN because it's trash, but we should play ESPN because we're going to make money if we're playing against non-sharp people that are just drafting off rankings. This is really where the money is made because a lot of people don't, when they're drafting, right, they don't really scroll down. They're like, oh, Rashee Rice or, Garrett Wilson's on the board. They don't look down and see that like Blake Neighbors and all these other guys should be going, Zay Flowers should go ahead of Garrett Wilson. And there's no reason he should be 7 wide receiver spots down. Let's take a look at tight ends. Anything that I didn't really look at tight ends because we're planning on taking Bowers in this format. Anything I noticed? My boy Hawkinson is actually really high up in here. ESPN got one thing right. Hawkinson ahead of Likely and Kincaid is pretty wild. Chikakonkwo down at 216. Did they not adjust their ranks for him moving teams as a starter? Just a Gatson 258. Like what? ESPN, what is this? Gatson at 258. I'm not a Gatson guy, but at some point he's going below Gunnar Helm. Oh, okay. All right. Switching over here. Let me switch my screen. Did everything prepared for this. And you know what? I can adjust on the fly. That's part of being a pro. It's on the fucking name. Professional Fanatics. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? I know a lot of people were in here waiting. And now we switched to best ball for now. But it is Wednesday. I didn't highlight Blake's comments, which was a good comment. I appreciate him for everything. Blake, media manager on the channel. We love Blake. It was 27 days. So at midnight, so starting tomorrow, it's 27 days until week 1. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost getting there. So it's getting real now, guys. I know a lot of my home leagues that are like probably going to fold. People are reaching out now to set up the draft times. I'm like, dude, it's already the 12th of August. Like, no, do that in July. I had my shit set up July 15th. The reason our community leagues aren't totally set up is because they're not full yet. Speaking of that, we need one more spot in the best ball. One spot in the best ball is open, $50 best ball. And then we have one spot in the super flex left. So if you're interested and want to play with us, play with me. I'm always looking for people to play with me. There's no stupid question on here, Wally, just stupid people. Might be a stupid question, but who is a better quarterback all time, Lamar Jackson or Eli Manning? It's Lamar Jackson. I mean, eye test and everything else, stats. Eli's got 2 rings, though, but were those really his rings? He played really well in the playoffs. Eli is a 500 quarterback in his career. Eli is an interception merchant. He won 2 Super Bowls with wild card teams that had elite defenses. So what do you guys think in the chat? That's an interesting comment, though. I mean, Lamar Jackson's book isn't finished yet. So good call from Connor. Better legacy, Eli. Better quarterback, Lamar. Like, how much of a difference maker was Eli Manning? And it's one of those where I don't want to take those 2 years away because he won the Super Bowl. But if you take those years away, it's a pretty average career based on where he was drafted. And I would tell you, I'd say Phillip Rivers was a better quarterback than Eli. I definitely want Ben Roethlisberger's career over Eli. Max, my draft isn't until the 30th. Would have rather had it this week or next. I mean, I don't like drafting this early. I am forced to do some early drafts My first one's going to be a week from tonight. I'm forced to do early ones because I'm doing 40 redrafts, and I don't want to have 7 drafts in a day. And also, that's just not the way the cookie crumbles. I don't want to schedule that much. It's hard to coordinate everything. So typically, if I was playing 3 redrafts, guys, I would want them all to be the last weekend. If I in a perfect world, if it works for everybody, the last weekend is really the time. Lamar is clearly more talented quarterback by far, two-time Super Bowl champion. I mean, but what qualifications are we talking about? Like accolades and winning? Yeah, Eli's got that. But real quick, Eli Manning, I'm going to look it up. I know Lamar Jackson is like his winning percentage is like one of the best of all time in the regular season. So playoffs are a small sample size. We all know that. Let's pull this up and check this out because I think Eli is like a 500 quarterback career record. Let's look here. Eli Manning is it's taking forever. Eli Manning is exactly 500, 117 and 117. A lot of 9 and 7s in there, a lot of 6 and 10s in there, a lot of years with he led the league in interceptions 3 different times. He had a 27 interception season, 25 pick season, 20 pick season. Every year was like 16 picks. Never threw 40 touchdowns. So he had 117 wins and 117 losses for Eli. That's a 500 quarter. I mean, that's the definition of a 500 quarterback. It's in the dictionary. If you put 500 quarterback, average quarterback in terms of record, that's it. Yes, he played for the Giants. I understand that, but he won 2 Super Bowls. Let's go over to Lamar, and I think Lamar has like a 70% win percentage in his career. Last year hurt it a little bit. Lamar is 76 and 31, guys. 76 wins, 31 losses. He has 187 touchdowns to 56 picks. So that is over a 3-to-1 ratio. It's like 3.5 to 1 touchdown to pick ratio. Eli Manning, different time. I understand. It's not like he played in the 80s, though. Eli, 366 touchdowns, 244 picks. Not even close to a 2-to-1. It's not even a debate. Lamar Jackson is so far. I mean, I got smaller sample size, but who knows? Lamar should win a Super Bowl at some point. So for me, I'm not an Eli fan. I'm not an Eli fan. Now, Peyton Manning is a different conversation. Peyton Manning is a top 5 quarterback, whatever way you want to shake it out. But Eli Manning is the Hall of Very Good. He'll probably make the Hall of Fame based on his name, based on the 2 Super Bowls and the longevity. He was very durable. I believe he had one of those. He was one of the longest, besides Brett Favre. Did he break Brett Favre's record? I mean, he was up there for games started. He never missed any games. I see 16. Yeah, he played every game his entire career except for his rookie year. 2017 was 15 games. That's awesome. That's cool. But I don't know. If I had to choose, I understand the big game situation, but let's take that out of it. Just if I had to have a quarterback start in their prime for an average team, and he's the leader of this team, like the quarterback, please give me Lamar Jackson. Yeah, dude. I don't, I have Aaron Rodgers really high on my list based on, he has 1 Super Bowl, right? So like we're talking about like that, like is Eli better than Lamar, or Eli better than Aaron Rodgers? Absolutely not. Is Terry Bradshaw better than Peyton Manning? He has 4 rings. Is, Drew Brees only has 1 ring. So rings are hard to come by unless you're Tom Brady, that's why Tom Brady is the definitive GOAT. He has every qualification you'd want: longevity, stats, championships. It's so far and away like Tom Brady. And Peyton Manning, if we want to go like Joe Montana in that conversation, because Joe Montana, the numbers aren't going to look great because he played in the 70s and 80s. But Joe Montana has the rings and just was a damn good quarterback. But I'm a little younger, I'm 38, so I didn't have the opportunity to really watch Joe Montana play. I mean, I've watched him play a lot in terms of highlights, but I haven't watched him play live. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, dude. Aaron Rodgers was, again, I'm a Bears fan, guys, but Aaron Rodgers, maybe it's because he owned us so often and it was just defeating. Like we're playing the Packers. Shit. Like we're losing for sure. And he's going to tear our hearts out of our chest. It's Aaron Rodgers is top 5. I think Drew Brees might be a little overrated because of the offense he played in, Sean Payton, all those things. The Giants have won the Super Bowl once each decade, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Will they win this decade? No, I don't think so, Blake. Are the quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl or the defense? And that's also the difference, right? Not all Super Bowls are created equal in terms of what it means for the quarterback, right? Like those Eli Super Bowls, yes, he played amazing in the playoffs and 2 epic moments. The 2 throws, David Tyree and then Mario Manningham. Those were iconic, etched into stone, all-time epic moments and clutch plays. And he played great for sure. But, you know, they were a wild card team for a reason because they had a great defense, but Eli Manning was pretty bad. Not bad, but he wasn't elite. You know, if Peyton Manning was quarterback in those teams, they would have had a 1 seed. So, yeah, it's still like Patrick Mahomes earned some of those all those Super Bowls, but like Jalen Hurts is a similar example of he played even better than what Eli played in the playoffs and definitely in the Super Bowl. That's why I'm not the biggest Hurts guy. Oh, Drew Brees I'm not saying Drew Brees it sucks or anything. I'm saying Drew Brees, I don't put Drew Brees in the same conversation as Peyton Manning and I put him in the Ben Roethlisberger conversation, right? I don't put Brees in the conversation with Aaron Rodgers. Because he was he was more of a system quarterback. I'm not saying he was a system quarterback, more of a system quarterback than those guys. And Drew Brees was small. He was awesome. One of the most accurate passers, one of the best point guards in NFL history at quarterback. But there's a lot of Sean Payton stuff there. As much as Storey will talk shit about Sean Payton, Sean Payton's an elite head coach. Drew Brees top 10 for sure. You can make the top 5 argument. I'm not going to do that. Are we going to play some music on the stream? I guess I am going to have to, huh? Let's do that. Because, again, I wasn't planning that's coming on. Oh. Wasn't going to because Junk Buster will be on. We're still doing this draft here. So let's get into an underdog draft while we wait to see exactly what time this draft is going to start. It sucks because the thumbnail, the title of the video is all redraft, but I got to do what I got in front of me, and this is what we have in front of me. So we're going to do another puppy. We'll join it up at 9:22 p.m. Central. I'm just getting it ready here. 9:22. I'll give you guys a little countdown. It's not never be exact, but if you want to draft with us, we're going to do one underdog draft before the redraft that we're going to do. It should be at 10 p.m. Central. Oh, that was one of the worst throws of all time, Wally. The announcers, even if you go back and watch the highlight, listen to the announcers. Like, what are you doing? Like, you had the game. At the very least, you weren't going to lose the game. And Brett Favre, that's what Brett Favre does. You know, Brett Favre has issues. If you're just tuning into the show, we have a redraft set up. I am drafting with a fan, Junkbuster69. Andrew is his name. He's going to come on the show, but apparently it's a home league. Apparently they moved the draft back to 10 p.m. Central. Who knows? So I'm going to just deal with the cards I'm given, and we're going to do an underdog draft, and hopefully we get this figured out. I'll be on here talking with you guys, answering questions, so get those in. And then 9:22, guys. So less than a minute, we're going to join this puppy 3. Less than a minute. When you see your phone hit 9:22, join this up. Draft with us. We'll do team grades as long as we have. Team reviews as long as we have before Andrew hops on here and we dive into this crazy ESPN, ADP, and redraft stuff. We're going to crush this league. This is, if these guys I don't think are very sharp he's playing with. And if they're going to draft on ADP, there it is, 9:22. Shit. We're going to destroy these guys. I already kind of have a little template, but I don't like to go into drafts concrete with any players or any strategy. But we got the third pick in a 10-man PPR league. Like, we're getting Jamar Chase or Bijan. And then I really want Bowers in a 10-man, a shallow league. I want to have that elite onesie. We're waiting on quarterback because Justin Herbert and Caleb are quarterback 13 and 14 on ESPN. Let me repeat, quarterback 13 and 14 on ESPN in a 10-man league. Yeah, give me that. Hey, number 6. We got Bayou Bangle in here. What's going on, brother? You got to hit me up, man. We got to do something sometime. Who's in here with me? Connor made it. The Smitty. I'm in a keeper league redraft. Should I keep Olave for my 7th round pick? Purdy for my 8th. Javonte Williams for my 11th. It's Javonte Williams, bro. Javonte Williams is a 3rd round pick, 3-4 turn guy, and he's 11th. Olave is also a 3rd round pick. It's definitely Javonte Williams. The other argument would be Olave in the 7th round, but we're going to take value here. And in keepers, the rule of thumb is take the cheapest guy, that the biggest ADP discrepancy, and it's Javonte Williams. Now you can draft receiver, whatever you want to do. I would rank it Javonte, Olave. Purdy isn't even a value there. He goes in the 8th or 9th round, depending on the format. And then T. Higgins is a 3rd round pick already. So, yeah, Monty is a little bit of a value. So I would rank it Javonte, Olave, Monty, Purdy, Higgins. Those last two aren't values at all. I wouldn't keep them if that was the only options. All right. Who's in here with us? We have Buddy Man. Can someone help me out? Who is Buddy Man? Yeah, I'm not. That's my buddy who runs all the socials. I'm not really into socials, but you can also reach out to Blunt. He has my Discord. And yeah, man, whatever you got to do. Max is taking a break from best ball after this. I am as well. I have one more week. Like I said, I have 34 redrafts. I'm streaming live starting next week. 40 total I'm doing. So starting next Wednesday, I'm going to really be light on these best balls. Like, I'll do a few. Oh, Mike. Okay. Mike, what's up, Mike? Just making sure I know who's who. Connor's at 9. We had not many people here. Max is at 8. I am at 6. Derek, god damn it. American Sniper, Chris Kyle. I love you, Derek. He's at 4. Mike is at 3. What's up, Silent? Yeah, I went on early tonight because we're supposed to do a redraft league with a fan. That is, again, we offer that service if it matches up with my schedule in the Patreon, the community. It's now moved back to 10 p.m. Central. So we're going to do one underdog draft, and then we're going to hop over to ESPN and do that redraft. Blake is mad at baseball. Went back-to-back hitting contender series last night. It's one way to put it. Fuck baseball. I have not really watched a lot of baseball, but I used to love it.
And I don't get that. What are you doing? What is that?
Well, what I'm doing is like cutting the shower curtain in half waist high so that when he's in using it, people can see his junk.
Wow, Frank, that Ritterall is having a very interesting effect on the way you think.
Love this feeling.
Yeah. Got any more of it?
There's a bear shit in the woods.
We'll cut up a couple rails, buddy. I'm gonna blast off.
All right.
I gave a bunch of you guys shout outs in my confessional, my intro confessional for the Iron Thrones League, but Derrick Henry, hell yeah, dude. Give me all the Henry. But it went too long, and it wasn't supposed to be over 5 minutes, so I had to cut that out. I gave like 10 of you guys a shout out, and then anyone I may have missed, so I do apologize for that. But it'd be a fun league, man. A lot of awesome people. Joe Pisapia is in that league. Can't wait to take his ass down. Hopefully I can get him on the show because Joey P is a legend and just an all-around great guy. That would be a fun conversation to pick his brain, not just about football, about the industry, about his journey to becoming Joe Pisapia. Now, he was born Joseph Pisapia, I'm sure. It's not like he transitioned into this character. But, you know, the journey he's taken to become this dude and what it took and what it takes. Because I'm trying, I don't want to be him necessarily, but trying to get there. And I had definitely a different route, which is different now, right? He started back in the early 2000s, which was a different time for media. And just I would love to have a conversation with that dude. Hopefully that works out. If not, let's just win the Iron Throne League and put this show really on the map. Let me see what I want to do here. Goes Jeremiah Love. We have running backs already. Ibuka got hurt today. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's minor from all accounts. A toe injury. I was hoping it was something more. Then I could start getting more shares of him later. We love. Let's just make this a Ravens team. I want more Ravens teams in my life. I also project Derrick Henry to have a bigger passing game role. I know we've been saying this shit for like 6 years, but with Harbaugh gone, it's in their best interest to get 25 receptions for Derrick Henry. And it's not about the PPR value that you get from those extra 7 receptions. It's about what he does with the ball. I don't know why they haven't been doing this for years, because Derrick Henry in space is dangerous. And his biggest issue is getting up to speed, right? His acceleration is bad. You get him on a swing pass, he has more space to get up to speed, and then you can't stop him. So in terms of the stack, like Derrick Henry can take a 70-yard screen pass to the house. And that is, traditionally you're like, well, why would you put Lamar with Derrick Henry? And that's obviously not what I'm doing. I want to go with Zay Flowers, and that's the stack. But it could go nuclear. I mean, this team could go nuclear. I've been saying it for a while this year. This could be an FU tour year for the Ravens. A lot of people are talking shit. We just had Wally in the comments saying Eli Manning's a better quarterback historically. He thinks he's better than Lamar. And I don't begrudge you for saying that, because the 2 Super Bowl thing and Lamar's terrible playoff performances. And it's not all been his fault, by the way, but he's definitely shriveled up like a penis in a pool in the playoffs. This could be an FU year for the Ravens. And I don't think that defense is that much better. I mean, Trey Hendrickson's great. I do like him, but one player, and they're always just so beat up on defense. Love Kyle Hamilton. That dude just seems a little snake bit. Maybe it's his play style. Dude, I'm a huge Ted Hurst fan. Been a fan of him, in the Georgia State days. Love Ted Hurst. I had him as, you guys remember, I had Ted Hurst as like my 8th or 9th prospect, a wide receiver prospect in this year's draft, and he was consensus like 17 or 18. So me and Storey both. Storey was also, that's really reinforced my love for Ted Hurst, because he's the college guy, and he's been watching Ted Hurst for a while. Big fan of Ted Hurst. Dude balls, man, and he's a raw prospect, but he has a lot of experience in college. It's not like the production profile was good, where it's guys like Dante Thornton when they have the ability, but they've never put it on. The film on the field and the production on the field never matches that. Ted Hurst kind of has that. Yes, weaker competition for sure. What are we going to do here? One guy I want to take. Ryan is staying away from the Ravens. I mean, if Lamar's healthy, it's always a good bet. It's never not worked out. And it's, this everyone drafting Lane, like there's the ancillary pieces are so cheap. And even Zay Flowers is a fine pick, a standalone pick. I'm pretty high in the Ravens this year. Hetzer, are you saying this with your Bucks jersey on right now because you're a giant Bucks fan? I agree he's gonna be all right, but I know you're trying to speak it into existence, right? So Derek with the fall on Jacobs, fall on Devonta Smith. Pretty nice team. Let's see. All right, the draft is confirmed at 10 p.m. Central, so no harm, no foul there. So stick around for our redraft. It is in 28 minutes, so perfect timing to finish this draft up. And then we're going to hop over to ESPN and destroy some noobs. Always fun doing this. I had a couple years where I was drafting and managing some friends' teams that just never won their league. And they were like smaller buy-ins, like $50. I just told them, give me 30%. And, dude, I wrecked. I think I won like half of them. It was like a 5 out of 10 or something. Not like placing, but winning. Some wild platforms, though. All right, 2 good options here. Mike Evans and Lamar. A little early on Lamar. Totally cool with it. Got to make sure if we get Andrews here. If we don't get Andrews, it's fine. I'm not taking Lane, though, guys. Not doing that. I'll take Bateman.
I'll tell you what I'd do, man. 2 chicks at the same time, man.
What's up, Shamrock? You know what I didn't do? I forgot. I did not upload a fresh picture of Helen Hunt for you, but we still have the one from yesterday, which, deserves another look, right? Not a bad one. It's not a bad one. I like this one. Take the next Julio. Who's the next Julio? Oh, Lane? You said Lane's the next Julio? No, Parker Washington's the next Julio, guys. Apparently, if you listen to people in the industry, which is wild. There goes, speaking of Parker Washington, right next to Brian Thomas. Just wacky, dude. Wacky stuff. All right. Tate. God, I just can't take Jadarian Price. Like, he has to fall to like 75 for me to take him. I just won't do it. I can't. I just don't see the point. Especially on this team. I don't know. We got Henry and CMC. I am pretty happy with those dudes. Cool. He takes Price. Let's just take a Marv share. Another Marv share. Another day, another Marv share. Quentin Johnson is now going back-to-back with Marvin Harrison. It's funny that now everyone just like, Quentin Johnson's a good player. I love Quentin Johnson now. Like, I was on the comeback Quentin Johnson train, even though I hated him as a rookie, where he was going in terms of fantasy and also in the NFL draft. But it's like, dude, Quentin Johnson came out of that shitty-ass start to his career. Like, why can't Marvin Harrison, who's a way better prospect than Quentin Johnson? It is the ultimate committee, Shamrock. I mean, when Zach Charbonnet comes back, that's the messiest situation ever. Emmanuel Wilson, Halane, Jadarian Price, and our boy Zach Charbonnet. It's a committee without Charbonnet. That's what the coaches have said. That's just the way it's going to be. They ran a committee last year with Kenneth Walker there. We move up Rome Odunze with Burton's injury. Yeah, I've always had them back to back in my ranks. I always took Burton ahead of him because of ADP. But I have like 3% Burden, 2 or 3 or 4. I think it's 3. And I had like 12% of Dunze. So I've been definitely taking a Dunze. Now I'm not going to take as much of Dunze unless he falls. Shit, dude. Unreal. All right. We will take our boy Tucker. This guy should not double up, right? We'll take Tucker Kraft. Good call from Max. Downs has now overtaken Pierce, and I'm fine with that in full PPR. Not in on that in half PPR yet. I like Surratt as well. Mark Andrews is actually not that old. He just plays old. By the way, fastest ball carrier at tight end last year on that fake tush push Mark Andrews had. I think Mark Andrews is 30. So he's a lot younger than Dallas Goedert, and everyone still likes Dallas Goedert. Derrick Henry is getting old, but Derrick Henry is not a human. Like, I am not worried. I've been having people tell me Derrick Henry is old for 2 years now, and it hasn't changed. Like, go back and watch film of that Packers game, dude. Derrick Henry looked like Derrick Henry from 2019. It was the whole year. They just didn't use him. And then, yes, Lamar gets hurt. This is best ball, so I am fine with the risk. Like, if he gets hurt, the fact that he goes 2 full rounds after Josh Allen is wild. I get Josh Allen makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, doesn't get hurt. Totally awesome. But their fantasy ceilings are pretty close to each other. Obviously, I'll give Allen the edge, and his floor is definitely a lot higher, but we're not drafting for floor. We're drafting for ceiling. And Lamar should never go 54th. It's just recency bias. I understand the injury stuff, and maybe he runs less, which is a problem. Don't dig that. pretty balanced all around. I can go anywhere with this pick. Let's take RJ Harvey. I have a lot of Harvey. It opens me up to possibly Bo Nix who falls. Just as something. But it was either him or Corum. I think Corum might have made more sense in this team since I have these two studs. But give me a little floor option with RJ Harvey. And a little floor option. That makes sense. I mean, people love Price. People love rookies. You know, it's just, you know, what's funny is you don't hear anyone clamoring about, oh man, Price's workload. But all you hear is people worried about Jeremiah Love's workload. And Jeremiah Love is literally twice the player that Price is. I mean, obviously the reason that Price didn't play much in college was because he was behind Jeremiah Love. And draft capital, talents, how much money they make, like, that's why I laugh at the Jeremiah Love situations. Like, people are fading him now because of reports. Like, let's just stick with historical data and what we see in the player of Jeremiah Love, and he's a pass catcher, also an elite athlete, and he's going to be on the field. Maybe not the first 5 weeks as much as we want. It might be disappointing. He might have some 13-touch games. Dude can make it work with 13 touches. He'll be just fine. Just fine. Okay. Max got auto-drafted Chuba. Where are you at, Max? I'm a fan of Emmanuel Wilson as a player. I'm also a fan of George. Well, the coaching staff's a fan of George Halane. So it's a gross committee. And the fact that I'm telling you it's probably a gross committee without Zach Charbonnet, who they chose to keep. They knew he had an ACL, right? And they still chose to let Kenneth Walker walk in favor of Shaheed, which that's why another reason I'm into Shaheed this year. But Zach Charbonnet is the one, at the very least, the 1B in this backfield. I still think he's the 1A, but again, I'm not talking absolutes. I'm not in that coaching staff. Zach Charbonnet is a damn good player, and they trust him in pass pro. They trust him as a receiver, and they trust him on the goal line. Last time I checked, that's where the money's made in fantasy, and Price definitely has some juice, but dude's a raw receiver. You know, his vision's okay. Like, he's just a raw player, and I think people aren't acknowledging that. Like, he doesn't have a lot of touches. What did he have? I watched a lot of Zach Charbonnet when he was in college because they always played those late at UCLA. They always played those late night games. I was following my buddy's college picks for a while, and I was watching a lot of, Pac-10, whatever it was, Pac-12 at dark, like after dark, those super late games. And I watched him a lot. Darius, what was the quarterback? Green Outlet? No. Dorian Thompson? That guy? That was the quarterback. Pretty fun team. All right. It was an ACL though, right? Technically didn't have an ACL. Well, as long as it wasn't the dreaded meniscus injury.
He had a meniscus issue, which totally tanked Derrick Rose's career.
All right, 18 minutes until the redraft starts. So this draft should be done in the perfect time for that. We'll see our buddy Junkbuster hopping on the screen. He knew he had an ACL. He didn't have an ACL. Good call. They knew he had an ACL injury. Can we go there? This is why I like logging in for the Knights. Gotta hold me accountable, man. Gotta hold me accountable. Just risky to wait on Mark Andrews is never making it back to me, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 139. Nah, I just gotta take him. It's fine. It's fine. Got decent value on Harvey, on Gainwell. We got pretty good value. That's really it for value on this team. Henry was good value. So the second quarterback doesn't matter. This is all in on the Ravens, which is totally cool with me. And a puppy. Good. There goes the tight ends. Take them all now, boys. We're not in the market for tight ends at all. All right. Yeah, this is a puppy 3, Shamrock. This is like my 25th one, which I don't love the structure of it, but I should advance a few of these teams to the ship. It's a giant ship. It's 750 people in the finals. Yeah, pretty wild. And they also have Mike Evans at 78, so ESPN is just so bad. Yeah, they'll vastly improve Shamrock, the Raiders' offense, but it's not going to be like a great offense. It was bottom of the barrel last year. That O-line was atrocious. The weapons were atrocious. Geno was atrocious. The play calling was atrocious. All those 4 things are all better. I mean, Kubiak is good. Really good as a play caller and progressive. Linderbaum, they reinforced that offensive line quite a bit. Now, the wide receivers aren't that much better, but quarterback play will be better. Cousins will still be an improvement over Geno. And, Mendoza. And then, Brock Bowers being healthy, I think, is one of the biggest points. This is Malik Willis. Let's do that. A lot of rushing yards for my quarterbacks. So let's take a look at the team so far. We have Lamar and Malik Willis, McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, RJ Harvey, and Kenny Gainwell. Flowers, McLaurin, Harrison, Worthy. So wide receiver is now the biggest issue on this team. We're probably fine with a 5 running back build with a high upside handcuff as the 5. We're done at tight end. We're done at quarterback. Pretty much done everywhere but wide receiver. Love taking dart throws at wide receiver in this range. So we're just going to start taking some high variance, high upside players. Yeah, Genty was definitely propped up by that giant game he had against the Texans of all teams, where he had that 65-yard receiving touchdown. That game he went off in, and then he had a couple other games with like 25 points. It was really a bumpy ride, but it was the volume, right? And it was just a couple giant games, and he played every game, right? So points per game, Genty wasn't as good as total points. But the fact that if Genty did that last year, and the only reason people think he was a bust was because he was getting drafted. He's not even getting drafted that much higher this year than he was last year. It's pretty much same spot, right? End of the first round. That's why Genty busted last year. That's my argument for Jeremiah Love. Like, if we were drafting Genty last year where we're drafting Jeremiah Love this year, Genty would have been a fine pick. So it's all relative, right? That's a bust is relative to where you were drafted. Sam Darnold's still available. Can't take him, though. There goes Bigsby. Man, wide receivers are just dried up right now. It means they'll have some value later, though. We need early season production. We will take Trey Tucker. Don't love the week 13 bye there, but Big Boo is winning the poll. Quiet can for Jack Bash. Yeah, I still have hope for Jack Bash. The problem is his skill set overlaps a lot with Brock Bowers. And that is the worry with Jeremiah Love, right? And that we hopefully, at least we don't have Arthur Smith there. But the upside is Bijan was a first-round pick as a rookie, just like Genty. It's a third-round pick for Jeremiah Love. Like, I understand that's still a premium draft selection, but he doesn't have to get the full workhorse role to return value. At least not early on, he doesn't. You just got to kind of understand what you're signing up for, right? This is round 14. The draft is starting in 12 minutes, so hopefully this one finishes up. If not, I'll do the last pick on my phone, and we're going to hop over on the screen. Stay in the same stream here to the ESPN lobby for our redraft, guys. We're doing it my first redraft of the year with a super fan. That is Junkbuster. His name's Andrew. He's going to hop on here. We're going to draft the team together. Let me check this poll real quick. I like checking polls. Yeah, so expensive on ESPN, dude. It's wacky, wild stuff. We have the third pick in a 10-man PPR, so pretty shallow league. Third pick, which is super nice. And I don't know how sharp these guys are. So Junkbuster said he wants to win this fucking league, and he wants my advice and my expertise. So thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. If you guys want to stick around, we're doing a redraft in 10 minutes. So the first redraft of the year, and we're going to check out ESPN's wild ADPs and build a banger of a squad. Love noobs overpaying. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Anthony, though. Again, appreciate it. Continue building this. Redraft is just a normal fantasy football league, not best ball. A managed league is what redraft is. 'Tis the time of year. Mr. Hawkinson off the board to Derek, the American sniper. I didn't need him. Dude, if I get Pacheco here, this guy might take Pacheco. He has 4 running backs. He takes Pacheco. That would have been dope. Let's just keep on taking some shots on... I might make this a four running back team. I want a 5th. It is. I could take Justice Hill. No, I can't take Justice Hill. Never mind. McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Harvey. This wide receiver room still needs some work, but I don't think 9 is fair for this team. So, all right, if Pacheco fell. That would have been great. I could have taken him the round before, but I really wanted Trey Harris. We have 3 picks left, so it'll be 1 running back for sure. And just queue up all these gentlemen, and then me and Derek can fight over Torrey Horton. What we always do. Well, now redraft has a new meaning because all the best ball stuff, right? But yeah, Dynasty is different, right? Where you just have a rookie draft. There goes Brissett. There goes Blue. Okay, take the quarterbacks. Let me get... I probably should have taken Samson, huh? It's all right. There's still really good value on the board at running back right now. We just need 1 more running back and then 2 receivers. It'll be a 2-5-9-2 build. Maybe a 6 running back's probably too heavy unless one of these guys ultimately fall. We got 3 guys in the queue. Up in 1 pick. This is the easiest pick in the world if it falls to me. At ADP, Ray Davis. Yeah. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Ray Davis. Horton to the moon. Definitely more onesies in a 10-team league. So the rule of thumb is the shallower the league, whether that's roster spots or amount of teams in the league, that's when you want to rock and have as many onesies as you can. Connor got auto drafted, I see. We can't take another running back. We are safe with our running back room. We can't take Bateman either. We have enough Ravens on this squad as is. So let's take... I'm about to cue Torrey Horton. He just disappears in front of my eyes because Derek takes him. Nice pick, dude. Nice pick. I don't really care about this pick too much. I mean, I don't care about the next pick, so I'm just going to take Chris Bell here, and then I'll take whoever falls. So yo, Andrew, you here?
Yep.
What's up? I still can't see your camera. There he is. The junk buster himself in the house, getting ready to draft. We got one more pick in this one, and then we'll hop over. I'm going to do this real quick. How you doing, man?
Oh, it's good. Yeah. I'm feeling good. Yeah, feeling good.
Damn straight. There you go. Superfan junk buster. Say hello to, you've seen him in the chat. You know him. He's in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's live in person. New addition. Again, thank you for joining the community, man. Much appreciated. I know you've been watching for a while.
I've been watching since like 2024.
So you were watching before the streams even hit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's rare because we weren't getting out to a lot of people.
I've seen your channel. And I think I've seen your Patreon. Like, was your Patreon, like, before the streams were going in, or?
No, that was all the same time, essentially. Once I started the streams is when I started to try to really go for this fucker. We were just kind of fucking around. You know, I was still working full-time before. And Silent says, how do you feel about Caleb Douglas in Miami? He's essentially listed as a starter. There's a lot of Kevin Coleman hype. I know Keith was really in on him. But Chris Bell's the guy. Like, when Chris Bell's back, the draft capital, you got to pay attention to the knee injury there for sure. But there's no point. Unless it's Chris Bell, I feel like there's no point. Oh, it wasn't even you. It was Buddy Man. Okay. That makes me feel better. We're going to take Keenan Allen here as a ninth receiver. Why the hell not? All right. We're going to switch the screen here to this draft. And let's see here. There we go. Is this already loaded up? Okay. It doesn't say the start time yet, but we're official at 10 p.m. Central, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right. So I'm guessing they're just going to start the draft instead of have like the countdown thing.
Yeah.
Refresh the page. That might help. Look at that cool graphic ESPN has. Look at this. Wow. Miller Lite. Yay. You know what? A bunch of kids playing this. Oh, there. We're good. Thank you in the chat. That's Hetzer. Hetzer's a genius. Darren Waller to the Panthers. That is, you know what? Actually, that's a good tight end room to go into because they have Jatavion Sanders and Tommy Tremble. You see any impact of this, Shamrock? Or not Shamrock. Junkbuster, do you see any appeal for Darren Waller?
100%. 100%.
Ooh,
Tremble is not, like, he's not going to be that. He's going to block. He's a good blocker. And the other guy, I don't know what his
Sanders. Jatavion Sanders.
He's a good blocker, too. but they're getting Waller for what he's good at. You know,
Red zone.
They're gonna get him for the red zone.
And they're going to get him
He's
for 3
also a
games.
willing
And then he's going to have a
blocker,
soft
too,
tissue injury.
you know? I mean, 1 year, I think they just want to test it out, right? They want to test out that knee.
All right.
But Waller's going to definitely be in the game plan, 100%.
Wow. So, yeah, I'm not touching for fantasy, but if anything, it's just going to affect the other guys, right? Like maybe it hurts Ted McMillan's touchdown ceiling. I'm not going to operate like that, though. I get my charger.
Watch it in the first, because I mean, unless you got a Panthers fan in your league, then he's gonna.
I don't think the Panthers have fans personally. I don't know,
You see, I'm from North Carolina, and
I never asked you that. North Carolina. How old are you, by the way? North Carolina. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, you're a young buck. All right.
Yeah, I'm a young buck. I'm a young buck, for sure.
I am 38, but I act like I'm 21, but I look like I'm 50. So I'm a fucking chameleon, dude.
Yeah,
He's like, I got no rebuttal there.
Like, I mean, I thought you were like 30.
Wow. My wife looks even younger than me, so I appreciate the kind words. All right, we are starting here in 20 seconds. Again, full PPR, 10-man league, home league here, Andrew's home league. So we are going to, top player. It's Chase, Gibbs, or Bijan, whoever fucking falls. So I'm just going to queue it up in this order. That's cool with you, right?
Could you make the assumption that
Whoa. Sorry, say that again. ESPN's blasting my ears off.
Yeah, definitely turn that off.
Was this a Puka argument?
Puka argument, yeah.
No, absolutely not. There's just a lot more risk in Puka, like the suspension possibility, Devontae Adams being there, the regression for Matt Stafford. Like Jamar Chase is fucking. Yeah. If it wasn't about the second round, I would take Jamar Chase number 1 overall in PPR, but the running backs are all gone by that point. So this is money in the bank. I don't want that risk of Puka. I'm not saying I hate Puka. Puka's fine at 4, but I would never take Puka ahead of Jamar. So yeah, we had the third pick, guys. And I'm going to go to the board while we're not drafting. It only shows 9, ESPN. I can't even adjust this. We're going to keep it here. And it's nice we're on the corners. So Jamar Chase start. We are looking at Bowers potentially in as a onesie. We're waiting on quarterback. I think we were in agreement on that, right? We looked at the quarterback ranks. And there is just no reason. This league, quarterbacks don't score any points anyway. This is insane. It's these guys right here, Stafford, Caleb, Herbert, Mahomes. These guys are this is quarterback 12, 13, 14, and 15 in a 10-man league.
They have T-Law that high, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I want Jackson Dart. I get in the format 4 for a passing touchdown. But look at the guys. They all score the same. This is their projected fantasy points. They're all the same. So we'll see if people in this league are on board with that. So St. Brown goes at 5. JT goes at 4 in a full PPR, which is not a really good pick. Puka falls to 7. Okay, this is gonna be great. This is awesome. Cool. They're gonna make picks like that. Then what's up, K-Space? We're doing a redraft here. First redraft of the year with superfan Andrew. You know him as Junkbuster69. Is it because you bust junk all the time? Are you kicking people in the balls?
I'm just gonna be real. That was made a very long time ago, and I just ran with it. I think it's a funny name.
Yeah, it is a funny name. I love it. We always used to laugh every time you come on. Story's always laughing about that.
Junkbuster. We got Junkbuster here today. We got Junkbuster in the building. Superfan. It's actually hilarious. I actually do.
CMC this draft. CMC goes 10. JT goes 4. Puka goes 7. This is insane. So we're gonna see in a shallow league, CMC should go higher because the risk isn't there. If he gets hurt, big deal. So let's just get to the board here. Let's get quarterback off the board. Man, running backs we're looking at here. Running backs are gone, but we have these two guys I love.
I'm salivating at Chase Brown.
Same, dude. I'm putting Neighbors in the queue because I have Neighbors ranked. We can go. Oh, never mind. I didn't even scroll up. This wasn't even scrolled up. Dude, Genty. All right, hold on a second. Let's get back to the board. I mean, Genty for sure. London for sure. In this league, Neighbors needs to be pulled up, dude. There goes Genty. Josh Jacobs is off the board already.
ESPN, like, I don't even think they update it. I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't.
Lamar Jackson's already selected. Lamar Jackson's already off the board. Holy shit, dude. I mean, at this point, we have.
I think he's a Ravens fan.
London.
That makes sense.
Hampton, Chase Brown. We can get these running backs in the second round. I mean, do we just wait on Bowers because I don't think anyone's taking him?
Yeah, I think that's okay. No.
Chase Brown or Kenneth Walker?
Give me
call.
Chase all day. Give me Chase.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take Chase Brown.
Every day.
Bengals here.
Chase or K9.
And then, dude, if these running backs continue to fall, like we can just maybe we get Bowers later. Like I'm just gonna queue up these two running backs. I'm removing these guys, and then I'm gonna put in London. I'm gonna put in Neighbors, and I'm also gonna put in Bowers. And we're just gonna take whoever falls. There goes London. Well,
where did you have that poll where you had your favorite co-host? Where did you have that poll at? It was on YouTube?
No, I just had it as the chat, the chat poll, and Storey won that one, dude. So we're gonna get probably Hampton or Walker, bro. And like I want to rank it actually the other way. I like Walker over Hampton. But Neighbors or Bowers, like this is unreal. I would have taken Neighbors. I would have taken any of these guys at the pick we just took, Chase Brown. But value is falling. This is crazy. There goes Rashee Rice. I mean, okay, we're gonna take. There goes Josh Allen. We're taking Kenneth Walker. We could get Bowers in the next round. I feel like in this draft. Are you cool with Walker over Hampton? We can take Hampton.
Yeah.
We have 33 seconds.
Yeah, K9's fine. Yeah.
I'm shooting for the moon
I
here.
had
Pass
K9 last
catching.
year, so like I'm a little scarred, but I do want to take a chance on him again.
It's a different situation. This is great. This is great. Maybe people will fade Neighbors as well. So let's set up the queue a little bit, and so we're not scrambling on our next pick. We're good at running back. I mean, I'm gonna keep Hampton in there. Now we're good. We can just wait. I will put Love in there. There goes Love. Love ahead of Hampton. That's funny. So let's just queue up. We have Neighbors and we have Bowers in there. Right? We still have Bowers in there. As long as Trey McBride stays. Oh, someone took Bowers.
Yeah, he's good.
Shit. It's fine. You know what? I wanted to have him, but again, when the board changes, we have two running back ones. We have Jamar Chase and we have PPR stud muffins. That was this guy's got a good team. So the St. Brown, Barkley, Brock Bowers team. After the draft, we'll go through and talk about some of these teams. You can send it to your league mates, and we can, I'll just be fair about it. This guy's got a nice team. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Jeremiah Love.
Me personally, Mike Storey's my favorite co-host.
Yeah, me and Storey got a good vibe.
Yeah, I look forward to his episodes. I'm gonna be honest. I do.
That's what my dad says. It's must-see TV.
I think the fan favorite is Ray, right? I mean, the fan favorite is got to be Ray. Hands down.
Everyone loves Ray. Like the community members, like that's it. Like if you were to ask like a random person that tuned into the show, you got to know Ray a little bit to get his charm. But there's a lot of charm, and he's an all-around great dude.
I mean, he is a bundle of charm.
Okay, I'm just gonna queue up a couple guys here, and
have you had other episodes with Nice and Blunt?
That was the first one. That's the first time I ever met him.
First one, right? That was a great. I think you had two uploads of it.
Yeah, two separate ones. I just kind of let him cook, man, because he's a smart dude and different opinions. So Yeah,
this
he knows
is
his shit,
bonkers.
man.
No, yeah, this is.
Thank you, Jonathan. It is bonkers. And as much as I want a Bowers, like now we got to make up receiver, and the guys available right now are really tasty. I think we just kind of fade running back for a while, and I'm fine if we can get 2 of these guys, dude. Ibuka, Flowers, Neighbors, Wilson. Like this is a Neighbors spot for sure. In a 10-man league, it's really shallow.
You're taking.
There goes Neighbors.
You're
Fuck.
taking the Zay over Ibuka.
I am, but if you want Ibuka as your team, like you can do. I want Zay over Ibuka, but I see the appeal of Ibuka. I want Garrett Wilson ahead of Bolt. Like, how do you rank these 3 guys that I have in the queue? I'm fine with all of them, honestly.
I have Ibuka at the top.
All right. My thing is, when we're close to the edge, I usually will play the ADP game. I know it's risky, but I feel like Garrett Wilson will get taken, right? Zay Flat. Like, if we want to get 2 of these guys, the best chance is to take one of these 2, and then we'll get Ibuka in the next round. If we take Ibuka now, we're probably not getting Wilson or Flowers. You know what I'm saying? Then it drops off a little bit. So is that worth a risk for you, or do you just want to? I wouldn't lock in Ibuka because I have these guys all in the same tier. So why not take Wilson or Flowers, and then we could probably get Ibuka.
If I had a choice, I'd probably do Zay over Wilson, but there goes Ibuka. Yep.
Okay, so let's take Zay. And then we could still get Garrett Wilson. There's still really good players on the board. We could.
Shit, I think Wilson's.
There goes Tyler Warren. So there goes the tight ends. This is kind of an issue we're gonna have at onesie, but we're gonna have such good receivers. So now there's only 1 flex. Oh man, we probably should have taken Tyler Warren, but we could take an elite quarterback here. I don't want to do that.
Give
but
me Drizzy, man. Give me Drizzy if we do.
Jaden?
Drizzy Drake May.
Oh, okay. Either one works in this situation. Let's look at the board and see how many teams have quarterbacks. So I see 1, 2. I hate this color scheme. I'm cool with taking Drake May, or we could take Garrett Wilson as our flex. And then, I mean, it's as much as I want to punt, I wish there was another flex in this league, but that's why the Bowers situation hurts. But I'm fine with any of these dudes. So you want to take Drake May and just lock in elite quarterback since everyone else has their quarterback, or not everybody, but quarterbacks are going up the board.
Yeah, I'm 100% cool with that.
Let's do that. And let's look at the squad. We have May, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Chase, and Flowers. Totally cool with the flex will be strong either way. You don't want to get locked out at tight ends, but we are definitely looking Adams, Conkey, McLaurin. Can't really take T. Higgins. We have too much on that already. But this is what we're looking at. We need a strong flex here to make up for a weak tight end room that's probably going to be there. And I'm going to put Waddle in there. I don't want JMO in this format. Hopefully some of the wide receivers make it back to us.
You like Terry over Waddle?
You know what? Running back. I want Terry over Waddle for sure. Look at the running backs available, dude. Now, this is insane. ETN, Judkins. We could always flex a running back too. Again, if ETN falls, I don't hate that.
I've been really easing up on the Judkins. I think he's so primed.
It's in a league like this that's only 10 man. I don't necessarily love the appeal of Judkins, but did someone take Ladd? Yeah, someone took Ladd. Okay. So McLaurin, Waddle, ETN are the guys in the queue right now. I mean, we're going to need a tight end at some point, but Harold Fannon's probably my ideal option here. I want to get one of these 3 guys. I want to kind of rank it Fannon, Laporta, Pitts. But there's already a lot of tight ends off the board, so I'd rather get our flex figured out here, and then we just smash high upside guys on the bench. Just can't believe the running backs fell. I mean, I'm not mad about our Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker situation because that's super nice.
Oh, that's with Jamar. I mean, that's
Zay, Drake May. It's a really nice start.
Can I see the 10 spot?
Yeah. So there goes Bucky. DJ Moore's off the board. There goes all the running backs. So ETN is still available. ETN, Hendy, Tootin. I don't want to trust those guys at my flex. So we really have to hope McLaurin falls back, which probably isn't going to happen. We can take a shot on Luther Burden, dude.
You like Waddle over Higgins?
Yeah, we can't really take Higgins just because we already have Jamar Chase and Chase Brown. Like, I don't want to limit the upside with 3 players. I know it's a great offense, but sorry I'm missing a lot of comments, guys. We'll get to the comments after. We're locked into this draft, and there goes Kyle Pitts. There goes Joe Burrow. There goes a kicker. There goes Brandon Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey off the board, which is pretty awesome for us. This is cool. Trevor Lawrence, cool. Take the quarterbacks. This guy doesn't have a quarterback. He'll probably go quarterback. It's my guess. Dude, I'm fine with ETN as a flex. I don't like flexing a running back, but like we're cool with that, right? Any of these 3 guys. I'm not a big Waddle guy, but at this point, I do see the appeal. There goes T. Higgins. That's fine for us. We didn't want him anyway. And Carnell Tate goes off the board. So this can be Terry McLaurin. We could take McLaurin, then ETN. There goes Bo Nix. So are you cool? I mean, I am pretty high on Terry this year. He's our last starting spot.
I'll take that.
It's a number 1 receiver on a team that's going to have to throw the piss out of the ball with no running backs. So that is our flex. Now we're looking at the highest upside player. Like Luther Burden, if he's here, we're taking Luther Burden. Like Waddle or Burden, those 2 guys in the queue. There goes ETN. We could also look at Hendy and Tootin. Also, we need to look at tight ends. So Fannin and Laporta are there. I also don't want to get blocked out. Do we just go at the tight end just to finish the lineup? Because it's like we're going to have so many good options in the next couple of rounds on bench players.
Who's tight end? Oh,
we have just these 2 guys. So how do you rank these 2 guys? So Harold Fannin.
Laporta. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Right.
What about Laporta? What about Fannin?
Over Tucker.
Is Tucker Kraft available? Oh man. Okay, let's wait. Give me Tucker Kraft. I didn't see he was. I didn't think he'd be that low on the list. This is ESPN for you. So it's Waddle or Burden. I think the upside is actually with Burden, but the floor is with Waddle. I'm looking for more upside here because it's a bench receiver, right? And they go pretty close. I mean, you can talk me into either of these guys.
Oh, Waddle's still here.
Yeah. So I'm cool with either of these dudes falling back. There goes Rome. If this guy was smart, he would take Waddle or Burden, but I'm fine either way. I mean, I'm fine with either of these dudes as our bench receiver, essentially. Yeah, I want Kraft as well. I didn't realize Kraft was there.
I like Fannin, though. But Kraft.
Yeah, they're not that far off. Yeah, Kraft is
their best receiver.
You know my love of Kraft.
Yeah. No, you like Hawkinson.
This year, in best ball. Luther Burden, right? Luther Burden on our bench.
Yeah.
Or Hendy, but I want to go Luther. What do you think? Luther Burden or Hendy? Or two?
Probably Hendy, right? But I mean, but Luther is just it's too good.
Yeah, it is too good in this situation, and we don't care about the injury. I mean, I'm not too worried about it anyway. So we're now going to focus on. I'm going to keep these running backs in the queue because we would definitely double tap this, and all these dudes are money. We're going to take a break at wide receiver because we can just take fucking Christian Watson as another bench receiver later. We need Kraft or Fannin or Kittle. I'm fine with Kittle as well. And then we could just IR him and then, grab
Kittle
Isaiah Likely or some shit.
Is there even any timetable for that?
It's probably not going to be pup for Kittle, but they play that game in Australia, so I could see them not playing him week 1 just because it's in Australia and not put him on the flight, and then he's back, week 2, week 3, which is pretty fair. With all the injuries there.
49.
It's cursed situation. They'll still make the playoffs though.
Week 1, they have to go overseas. That is just that their season is going to be very hilarious. That's all.
They screwed them. They're a resilient bunch though. I mean, Shanahan and Lynch know fucking what they're doing. It's just they can't stay fucking healthy. So let's recap the team so far. Again, this is a redraft. This is, if you're just tuning in, this is Superfan Junkbuster. He is a Patreon supporter. We help and draft teams for people, and we're just gonna dominate this fucking league. ESPN is so stupid. It's so hard to even see the teams. You can see it here. Drake May, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, Terry McLaurin, Luther Burden on the bench. It's a 10-man league, and there's only one flex, but this is just a criminal team. If we can get Tucker Kraft here, there goes Fannin. That sucks. But let's see. This guy's got Pitts. This guy's got McBride. This guy's got Loveland. This guy's got Bowers. So we have one team that doesn't have a tight end in front of us. Hopefully he takes Kittle. ADP says Kittle because it's ESPN. And we still have Henderson, dude. If we just get Hendy on the bench, this is insane. This is we're gonna do team reviews after this and look at the squads. You gotta send this video to your league mates, and we'll be nice. I'll be fair about it. But there were some wacky picks here. There goes another kicker. There's 3 kickers being drafted already. If it was up to me, I wouldn't draft a kicker. And ESPN probably makes you fill out your lineup. But again, I always tell people when you're drafting this early, don't draft a kicker in defense unless you get the Texans in like the second to last round. Take Ray Davis. Take a league-winning player. There goes Swift. This guy has Bowers. This guy has Ferguson. So we're gonna get Kraft in this team. Fuck yeah, dude. Hendy's available. Hold on. The guys left to us already have tight ends. This guy's got Warren, and this guy's got Laporta. Do we risk it and take Hendy here? They should not double. They might do it. They should not double up a tight end. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a risk. We could just take – I think Henderson's a league winner if there's an injury to Stevenson. Like, this is the guy we want on our bench.
Yeah, they're not going to –
I know it's risky, but Henderson will not be there if we pass on him.
Yeah,
we take Hendy here, then we take Kraft. If they double up at tight end, then you know what? Good for you guys. You just screwed your team. But we would still get George Kittle, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I know it sucks to have a weak tight end position in a shallow league, but our bench is literally McLaurin. It's Luther Burden and Hendy. That is the bench in a full PPR 10-man league. And I know it's easy to take the guy that you want. I think there's a 90% chance he comes back. These guys should not double up. If anything, they double up at quarterback, Yeah. Is that his second quarterback or is that his first quarterback? That's a second quarterback, dude. He takes his second quarterback. Maybe we are screwed. He just took Dak when he had Josh Allen, which is really silly because Josh Allen, he's going to miss one game this year. It's week 7. That's his bye. There goes Brock Purdy. Is that also a second quarter? There's a second quarterback. This is a home league, guys. Don't take a second tight end here. That should make them not take a tight end because they're going to be a little light at the other positions. Let us have Tucker Kraft in round 9. This is a key to this team, man. Key to this team is getting Kraft here because the bench is unreal. The position players are unreal. I mean, Chase Brown and Kenneth Walker, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, and McLaurin. Receivers aren't the greatest thing in the world, but we have Drake May as well. This guy's letting the clock. Frosty says, to be honest, doing drafts before the preseason. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but you got to do it. There goes Chuba. All right, look, it worked out for us. That's called experience, my boy. Tucker Kraft. This team is tasty as hell. Tasty as hell. I start all my drafts. I actually have one on Sunday, a home league on Sunday. That's my first official draft that I'm doing. Then they all start, the 40 drafts I'm doing, my redrafts, all start on the 17th. They start, or 19th, sorry, next Wednesday. But we're already in mid-season form because we're drafting The thing is, you're never safe from the injuries. It's safer to draft later, but like we've seen shit happen that like I was talking about yesterday, the Ravens situation 4 years ago when they lost Dobbins and Gus Edwards like 2 days before the season in the last walkthrough practice. Like it's fantasy football. You just got to draft accordingly. And yeah, ideally, if you're going to do a couple leagues, definitely do them later. But sometimes it doesn't work for everyone's schedule. And I'm loving this fucking draft, Junk, because this is great. This is exactly, I wanted Brock Bowers, but we pivoted. Never going to a draft with a set in stone plan. We didn't think Chase Brown would be there. We didn't think Kenneth Walker would be in the third round. Zay, Drake May, McLaurin, Luther Burden, Hendy, and Tucker Kraft. So we're pretty much wide open for anything. We're not taking a backup quarterback, that's for sure, at all. If people take 3 quarterbacks, whatever. We're going to just start stacking upside running backs. And I think a good option here is going to be Christian Watson. We're going to have so many trade chips here. Christian Watson should not be this low. Brian Thomas is another guy. Let's look at the running backs here. Price, I mean, at this point, I don't like Price, though, but that's the kind of guy I want on my bench because there's nobody else here. We have Hendy, though. We could double up with Kittle since tight ends are our weakest spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to have that security of an elite tight end. That's an option, but I think I have Christian Watson as the play. It's going to be 2 Packers, but that's the entire passing offense in my mind. I love Golden in best ball, but are you a Christian Watson fan this year?
I'm a Vikings fan, so I'm a little biased, but I do like Watson.
What are your thoughts on JJ McCarthy as a Vikings fan?
JJ McCarthy?
Yeah.
It's the Kyler era, man.
All right. My kind
it's
of guy.
really the Kyler era. I mean, this is a whole new regime now other than KLC, which time's ticking, man. Time's ticking.
There goes Kittle.
JJ McCarthy, though, I don't know, man. I don't think he lacks improvement. He said the last 5 games of the season, though, like, I guess. I mean, I just don't think he could. He's not going to develop at the rate that he's going. Like it's going to be like way down there, or just never going to happen. And it honestly sucks because KOC, he's going to have to eat his own words. I mean, it is what it is. Every coach is going to have to eat his own words. But I mean, whatever KOC did, which lack thereof he did for JJ McCarthy. It's not good. It's not good for KFC, really.
We have Ibuka, 35 votes here in the poll for who's this year's JSN. Devonta Smith, Ibuka, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers. Ibuka's at 60%. Makes a lot of sense. I want to say Zay Flowers. I just don't think Zay Flowers has the ultimate target upside to be that level of player. But the efficiency is something he could have, right? But it won't. JSN, it was the perfect storm of ability, target share, and efficiency. Let's get to this next pick here. We still have Christian Watson on the board, Brian Thomas, Alec Pierce. Okay, cool. We're just going to take these guys, and we'll take all the handcuffs. We're going to take Tank Bigsby. We're going to take Blake Corum. We're going to take all the league-winning players and let people take kickers, which is hilarious. So this is awesome. What's up, K-Space? We have to meet the goal here. We're going to do team reviews after this on this home league. We have to meet the goal of $20 in supers, or call it 50 likes, which is we have 24 likes up here. Christian Watson in the fucking 10th, end of the 10th round, pick 100. What the hell's going on here? Brian Thomas is still available. Like, I guess people are taking defenses and kickers. That's probably it. Dude, someone took a kicker in like round 4, bro. This is lovely. Let's just stack this team. I love home leagues. I'm used to playing this really sharp.
Know, like, half of these guys, so like this is kind of jarring to me too. So like,
this is silly. We just got Watson as our wide receiver 5, and we have 2 RB1s, and we have Drake May. Only weakness in this team is tight ends, is Tucker Kraft, which I wouldn't call a weakness, but that would be our weakness on this team. And then I think one more receiver here, probably Brian Thomas. Let's check out running back. And these guys are it's all really flat here, right? I want to wait for the next tier of guys. Blake Corum's all the way down here. Charbonnet. Dude, Brian Thomas is on the fucking board. That kid is back in that. You're cool with Brian Thomas, right? At this point, like this is unreal. Like we're just taking the upside shots of upside shots. So here's the team so far, guys. Drake May, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, Tucker Kraft, Terry McLaurin is at the flex. The receivers, Luther Burden, Hendy, Watson, and Brian Thomas. You know what, Andrew? Honestly, you didn't need me because these are just obvious ass picks. I think.
What am I paying you for? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I mean, what we did, what was nice though, is I think most people would have just taken Tucker Kraft with that 808 and not looked and saw that everyone else had tight ends. The two guys left of us, that allowed us to get Henderson. Where like most people take Tucker Kraft there, I'm guessing Hendy would have gone because Chuba Hubbard and Kenny Gainwell went after that. So that is one thing I did contribute to this team for sure. Travis Hunter goes back to back with Brian Thomas. That's just sum up some of this draft right here.
This just might be as ridiculous as that Thursday draft that we did.
The preseason one. Yeah.
This is like everything that I'm a part of is ridiculous. Is what you've gotten from this.
Hey man, I'm in for it. And you know what? We have Hendy. We could take Stevenson to lock up this backfield. Don't love doing that for upside, but our third running back is Hendy. That's sick. That is our weakness right now. Receiver room is pretty. I'm not taking another receiver until like the last round. You know, like we're good. We have Chase, Flowers, McLaurin, Burden, and Watson, and Brian Thomas. Holy shit, dude. Our 6 is Brian Thomas. So we're pretty much done at wide receiver for a while. Like, I don't think we need to take another one. This should be running backs the rest of the way. Guys that could, you know, we have 3 more bench spots.
Maybe we take our kicker.
They're probably all gone, dude. We're going to have to stream. No, I'm fine with streaming kicker. I'm not too worried about anything as the Rams defense is available, but I'm not. We're going to drop whatever defense we have on the bye most likely because we're going to have we don't want to drop one of our bench players. So now it's time to take league-winning players, right? And Stevenson's a good option. We only have 3 bench players to take. We're not taking – man, we might need to take a backup tight end. And we can just wait here.
Gold scars just looking at you, right?
Because these guys are taking backup tight ends. And I'm not too worried about Kraft. I think screw backup tight end. Let's just go. We could pick one up off the waivers. We have Kraft. We can always make a trade with all the players we have. So, you know, Monungai, Corum, Tank Bigsby is on my radar as well. Chris Rodriguez could be an option. Tank Bigsby. Putting the best handcuffs in the business here. We could probably get all 3 of those guys.
Pacheco's the top 3 handcuff for you, right?
Yes. And you know what? Jonathan Brooks might be the answer here in the way this format is looking. Like, he's a guy that doesn't need an injury, you know?
I love this because that's, like I said, I'm in Carolina. These guys are from Carolina. They're going to want Jonathan Brooks.
How is Brooks still available? So if we can get Brooks, also a nice trade piece, like you mentioned. So we have that. The reason I was talking about Stevenson was to lock up the backfield, but that's also not. Oh, there goes Brooks. So I'm not pissed we passed on him earlier because we got Brian Thomas, you know, and we're done at wide receiver. So we'll go Monungai, Corum, and Bigsby. At least Monungai and Corum for sure. And are you cool with Monungai here? A guy that could also maybe eat into Swift's workload and become the starter without injury. But if there's an injury, Kyle Monungai is like a top. We don't have Swift, so that's why I like Monungai.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Are you cool with Monungai here?
Yeah.
And then Blake Corum.
Corum's probably going to come back, I think.
Yeah. And he's way down there on the list. So I actually, in this situation, I would probably rather have Corum because what would Blake Corum be with a Kyron injury? Better than Monungai would be with a Swift injury. But the ADP says take the guy that's higher. More likely Corum comes back to us than Kyle Monungai comes back to us. Congratulations on the championship, Junk. I just want to say congrats, man. And it was a pleasure doing business with you. And this is great. This is great. Frosty says, Bill, JCM is never a lead back. They brought in Rashad White for a reason. They drafted Katron Allen for a reason. Not a pass catcher either. This is full PPR. So I'm not touching any Commanders backfield in this specific type of league. There goes Rashad White. We want guys that can go boom. And Monangai can go boom. Blake Corum will go boom. And Tank Bigsby is also a guy. We got Blake Corum, dude. This is sexy as shit. This is sexy as shit. I got to play more 10-man ESPN leagues, apparently. You got any more friends? Link me up. Hook me up with your friends, bro. Hook me up with those friends. I want to go.
It's gonna pay.
This is fucking awesome. This
pay.
is awesome. Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is, brother.
I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, I want some glory hole. Cannot wait for the team reviews, dude. I'm going to be harsh. I'm also going to be, there's a couple teams I think I liked, at least the first 4 picks. I haven't been paying too much attention, but the fact we got so much value
Can I see that
leads me to believe.
Can I see that 10 spot?
10 spot? Is that your buddy?
Yeah, that's. How do you like that 10 spot?
McCaffrey. No, this team's solid. McCaffrey and Bucky, Jefferson, Nico Pickens with Joe Burrow, Fannin. He built his team properly. He took Kittle, which is a nice bench tight end. Pittman and Michael Wilson. I don't get those picks. Like he took Pittman over Christian Watson. Like that's fucked up. But other than that, Aaron Jones, RJ Harvey, like he's taking guys that shouldn't be in a 10-man roster. Maybe not 10-man roster, but shouldn't be drafted ahead of the guys we took because it's bench players. You don't want depth pieces, fodder on your bench. We want guys that are going to go and come all over everyone's face. And that is Monangai and Blake Corum all over their face.
Buster Junk. Yeah.
There we go. And we still have Bigsby in the queue. We only have one more. I'm going to see if it lets me take bench, but we're not going to go kicker and defense if it lets us take running backs. We're just going to take all the handcuffs. And Zach Charbonnet is a guy that I think we should actually go Charbonnet, and we just toss Charbonnet in our IR, which gives us another position, another player once the league's over. We just take a free agent, right?
Now that's savvy.
That's the way to go. Do you know how many IR spots there are in this league? That's a hard word to say. Can you look that up for me?
One. Yeah, I'm pretty
just
sure.
one? Okay. So Charbonnet is probably the play here, and then it sucks that we're not going to get Bigsby, but he'll probably be undrafted, and then we'll just pick up Bigsby or Rodriguez or Brian Robinson or Ray Davis. There's a million guys here. Tyrone Tracy, Algier, Mike Washington, Dobbins might go. I mean, I don't want Dobbins, but Woody Marks. A lot of good options here that are available. Hopefully it doesn't make us take a kicker or defense. Usually ESPN does make us do that. Yeah, Sean, we could have just said on quarterback. It didn't matter for our team though. Like I want Drake May over Caleb for sure. Original plan was to just take Herbert or Caleb. That was what we talked about, right? With where they were going. But our lineup was already pretty much full. And like, look who we got at our bench: Luther Burden, Hendy, Watson, Brian Thomas, Monangai, and Corum. So it's like, give me the elite quarterback. We knew we were going to get kind of boxed out at tight end a little bit. We didn't want to get that second tier of quarterbacks. We wanted the chance for an elite guy. And we got Drake May as like quarterback 6 or 7, right? He was like the 6 or 7 quarterback taken. So I like the value there. I'm not the biggest Drake May guy this year, but I can't deny the offense, the rushing ability. He only had 4 rushing touchdowns last year. That should go up for sure. I mean, Drake May had 4 rushing touchdowns last year, and Trevor Lawrence had 9. We saw 2 years ago where Bryce fucking Young had 6 rushing touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like Drake May should have 6 every year. And we're going to take Charbonnet, pop him in the IR. Okay, it doesn't let us take running backs here, so we're going to go with, I think, the Chargers defense. Can you look up the schedule real quick for me, Junk, on your phone? I believe the Chargers have the Cardinals week 1. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. Cards, Raiders, Bills.
Yeah. I'm an encyclopedia, boys. I got nothing in front of me. But yeah, this is definitely going to be the Chargers here for the first 2 weeks. Like the defense as well. And then we'll just drop them when they have their week 7 bye. Who cares? It's defense.
They're gonna make
And
a sick.
then-
They're gonna make a sick kicker.
In terms of kickers, KC has Denver week 1. That's a Monday night game.
I have no idea why ESPN does this.
Butker's been bad. We don't want that. Is there anyone we like at kicker? Just looking at week 1 matchups, right? Not Pinheiro. Not Santos does have the Panthers. That feels like a pretty nice matchup.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What do you got?
Or I like Minnesota's too, obviously. But
Who does Minnesota play? They have the Packers week 1. Who do they have?
yeah, Packers, Bears, Bucks. Packers,
We could
Bears.
take. I don't love the kicker, but if that's your boy, hold on. Who does the Bengals have week 1? I think they have a pretty juicy week 1 matchup.
It is Bucks, Texans, Steelers.
That's a shootout game. What about McPherson?
Yeah, give me McPherson.
And you know what? I think our team's so good having floor with our kicker because if they don't kick field goals, they're fucking scoring touchdowns. And we have Chase Brown and we have Jamar Chase. So again, we're probably dropping this kicker after a week or two. I don't, I'm a stream guy when it comes to these special teams. I love kickers and defenses. I think it's fun. People that don't want them, they don't like grinding the stream, which I love. There's nothing that makes me happier in life than streaming a kicker and having him kick 4 field goals and 2 extra points. I get so hard by that, dude. Like, now I also hate myself when they have no field goals, but that's part of the game, man.
That's fantasy, man. That's
fantasy.
The purest form of fantasy.
I just want more shots at it, right? More decisions, and taking a kicker away takes away a decision. I know it's a volatile position, year to year, game to game. I don't care. I think it's fun, and like I love. I usually have in my 36 leagues, I'll find a guy I'm streaming in I'll find a guy I'll stream in like 15 of those leagues. If I don't, like last year I had who the hell was it? The Seattle's kicker everywhere. I had Myers everywhere.
Or Mayer.
And that was a guy he wasn't getting drafted last year. And I liked his first couple weeks matchup. So I had him in over half my leagues, but the other leagues, when I'd stream, I'd have like the same bum going in like 12 leagues. And I'm just watching red zone. Like everyone like goes to the bathroom when there's like, a kick going. I'm like, I want this fucking field goal, dude. Got to watch this field goal. All right. So the team is awesome. We're going to check out we're going to do team reviews. This was a 10-team PPR on ESPN. We're going to do team reviews after this and kind of go through some of these squads and go through our squad. We'll take McPherson and it'll upload here in a second. I'll go to just the actual teams. Roster view. This is a different one. Brand new day. I love it. Go to my team. Let's do that. Here we go. So let's look at how it looks on paper here. Let me see. Did it show the draft recap? Let's see what draft recap looks like. By team. Let's look at it. How do you want to look at it? Do you think this is better or looking at the team in full? Let's go team in full. I want to see what looks better on the screen as well. This is probably better. Yeah, this is better. All right, so let's start with our squad here. Full PPR. We have Drake May, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, Tucker Kraft, Terry McLaurin's our flex with Chargers defense and Evan McPherson. The bench is where it really gets hot. You know what? Let's do this. Can't move him to IR yet until he's on IR. Okay. Luther Burden, Hendy, Christian Watson, Brian Thomas, Kyle Monungai, and Blake Corum. So our 3 bench running backs are Hendy, Monungai, and Blake Corum. That is super crazy. I'm pretty high on Kenneth Walker, Frosty. And then our bench receivers are Burden, Watson, and Brian Thomas. Bro, those are starting receivers. Like, I know it's a 10-man league, but those aren't the worst starting receivers in a 10-man league. So Chase, Flowers, and McLaurin, those aren't the – I love Flowers. I love McLaurin, but so much insurance with this Watson, Thomas, Burden, all guys that have crazy high upside. What are your thoughts on the team that we drafted and the upside that we have? You digging, Junk? You digging it?
Of course I'm loving it. I mean, in a 10-man, like, you kind of this is what you're kind of gonna get, right? Like, who are you gonna really start at the end of the day? Like, you're just gonna have a surplus of just who am I gonna start really? And like in the middle of the season, if like if one keeps like disappointing and whatnot, it's gonna be hard to like well, actually it's not gonna be hard to justify swapping them out, but.
And what I love about our bench players, I kind of wanted to go this direction of not fringe guys in terms of like David Montgomery's, guys like that, because their range of outcomes are narrow. Our guys are boom or bust, right? Like Luther Burden, we're going to know if he's the one there, he might be in our lineup over McLaurin, right? Henderson is a guy that he needs to either take the job or an injury, or he's not really a trustable starting guy. Watson, if he stays healthy and he takes that true number one role. Brian Thomas, how does the wide receiver room shake out there? And then our handcuff running backs with Charbonnet, who's going to go on our IR spot. Like, I didn't want to have the start-sit questions. You know what I mean? Like, we have guys that will, if Brian Thomas is back to Brian Thomas's form, he'll be in our fucking lineup. If Christian Watson's a true one there, he'll be in our lineup over McLaurin. If Hendy is just a starting running back, he will be in our flex. You know what I mean? Like, so these are all guys that have elite potential, but aren't the most, safe picks in the world. That's what you want with bench players, right? You don't want Jacoby Myers in your fucking bench. Like, what is Jacoby Myers is he ever going to ascend to must start territory? I don't think so. These guys all could be must starts in my book. How do I look at other teams here? Let's see. Let's just go to league home, and we're just going to go to different teams. Standings. Man, ESPN is just terrible. It's terrible. I go to standings here. And let's start at Kareem Pie's team here. Love the name. I give him an A+ for name for sure. Oh, he has Kyler Murray as a starting quarterback in a fucking 10-man league. I like Kyler Murray, but that's gross. Kyler Murray, Ashton Genty, Hampton, JSN, Neighbors. This is a pretty good team. This is a pretty good team. T. Higgins is his bench receiver. So first impressions of this squad, Mike Evans, Swift, Mahomes, Brooks, Hawkinson, and Debo. This is a solid team from Kareem Pies. Love the two RB1s. JSN and Neighbors, that's two wide receiver ones. In reality, Javonte as a flex. It's probably T. Higgins as a flex most weeks. It's going to be a split there. This team's good. This team's good. You like this squad?
I actually don't know this guy, so I like it. Except for Kyler.
That's his team's weakness. And he has, who's his backup quarterback? Mahomes, like not needle movers. I mean, Kyler could be, but it's.
Man, this guy. Who is this guy?
Kyler's upside is essentially a fringe quarterback one, maybe top 8, but Jonathan says, can't believe it's a draft where Rob took Hendy. It was in the 9th round, and it's a bench player. But yes, apparently I'm a Hendy guy now. I've been taking a lot of Hendy. Frosty says, how do we feel about Hampton after the McDaniels press conference? Man, this is what I've been saying all along, that it's going to be a committee. So nothing's changed on my end. I have Hampton at the back end of that running back block, that tier. I still want Hampton over A-Chain just because he's tied to a better offense, and probably over Henry in full PPR. But all the other guys, Kenneth Walker, Barkley, I want all those guys in that tier. Genty, obviously, over him. So it didn't really change mine. It might be fake news as well. He was never the Vidal thing, like the 3 running back quote is a little weird. They trust Vidal. Hampton's not a great pass protector, guys. They want to tell you he is, and he might be one day. He has the frame to be a good pass protector. He wasn't last year, and he wasn't in college. So we also heard, how much have we heard about TreVeyon Henderson's pass protecting in college coming into the pros? How has that worked out? It hasn't. So yeah, I still like Hampton, but not enamored with it. But it's more than likely just fluff that I don't want to pay attention to. Anyways, I like this team. I'm going to I think our team's an A. I don't want to say A+ because tight end is kind of an issue. I'm going to go B+ in this team. I really like this team. This is the Neighbors pick was huge. The Neighbors pick gives this team a lot of upside. We didn't mention Travis Kelce's a tight end. So this team has a weak onesies. That's why we thought our onesies weak. We had Drake May and Tucker Kraft. He has Kyler Murray and Travis Kelce. I'd say his lineup, if you take away the quarterback and tight end spot, is equal to ours. Maybe even a smidge better, but the quarterback play and tight end play, he has Travis Kelce and Hawkinson. As much as I love Hawkinson in a 10-man league, that's gross. And Travis Kelce's kind of gross as well. So we have way better onesies. Let's move to get the standings here. So I got B+ on that team. Let's go to Cam's Big Day team. And we have Jaden Daniels, Gibbs, Scatabo, AJ Brown, Rasheed Rice, Sam Laporta, Roma Dunze, Texans defense, and Fairbairn. Nice little special teams double up there. I do like that. Brock Purdy, Chuba, Jacoby Myers. See, I was mentioning don't have Jacoby Myers on your bench. This guy does. That's a wasted pick. Rashad White, wasted pick. Mekhi Lemon, okay, he's a rookie. Like, this bench is fucking terrible. This bench has no juice at all. So I do like the starting lineup. It's pretty decent. Quarterback solid. Laporta solid. These guys are really good at the, both running backs and wide receiver spot. But this bench is awful. Like, our last bench player, our sixth receiver is better than his fourth receiver. His fourth receiver is Jacoby Myers. This is bad. I'm going to punt it. This is a C. I'm going to go C to C- in this team. What do you think?
F. This is
really?
Terrible. This is terrible.
It's not great. Maybe I'll go C-. I don't know. The running backs are strong.
I'll go like D+.
Right?
I'll go like D+.
The starting lineup's fine. The starting line, I mean, they're all going to be relatively fine. The bench is like, this guy's just picking players to pick players.
One guy
this
goes down.
Fucking, yeah, and we're going to be trading for Jahmyr Gibbs very, very soon on the squad. So, yeah, don't really love this team from Cam. We'll go through our team again one more time if people are just joining the stream. Our team is bonkers. Ooh, this team has Bo Nix, JT, Jeremiah Love, Ibuka, Devonta Adams, Ferguson, Derrick Henry, Broncos D and Cam Little, Marvin Harrison, Travis Hunter, Hunter Henry, Metcalf, Dobbins, Shuck, and Mason. This is another team that has no direction on bench. I like the Marvin Harrison bench stash, I guess. Travis Hunter, bro, in this league, no. It's there's no IDPs, so it's, I don't know, man. Devontae Adams is crusty and in full PPR. Like, touchdowns are important and all, but Jeremiah Love, who I do really love, but like, he has no back. Like, Derrick Henry, I guess, is his RB2, and then Love is his flex. But after that, it's Marvin Harrison needs to be a factor for this team. Travis Hunter is not going to be – he's going to be dropped week 4. He took Hunter Henry, Jake Ferguson, so his tight end spot's bad. His quarterback's Bo Nix. This is a D. I'm giving this – I like the other team better than this one. This is a D.
I thought I liked this one more.
They're both bad, though. We both agree they're both pretty bad.
No, they're definitely both.
The onesies are bad on both, and I guess this team has Henry. Okay, you know what? I do like this lineup better with JT, Henry, Love, Ibuka. This bench is probably more concerning, though. Yeah. Like, as much as I love Marvin Harrison, like, wasted pick here in Hunter, wasted pick in Hunter Henry. Maybe not for his team because he has Ferguson, but Dobbins, Shuck, Mason, like, I guess Shuck makes sense. But Dobbins and Mason, this is PPR. Those guys are never cracking in the lineup. So this is a D. I'll go D on the other team as well. I'm going to tie them for Ds looking at it. And that's kind of fits with the name of this league, the Ds. Everyone's just going to get D grades, right? Dirty D here. Dirty D-Ron. Lamar, James Cook, Judkins, Devonta Smith, Stephon Diggs is a starting. Oh, my gosh. What the fuck, bro? He has Diggs as his wide receiver, too.
Oh, this was Sutton. This is a Lamar in the third.
Yeah, dude. Stafford, Andrews, Quentin Johnson's his 4. Jerry Jeudy. Dude drafted Jerry Jeudy. You can't make this shit up. Like, this is the worst team. I mean, I love the so he has elite onesies, Lamar and McBride and James Cook and Devonta Smith. Like, and I love Judkins, but in the PPR and a 10-man, he has 4 players. Like, literally, he has 4. This is the guy that took Aubrey in like the 5th round, and it shows. Why even take Stafford? Don't do that. It's his first bench player. Waste of a pick when you have Lamar. Why take Mark Andrews when you have Cortland Sutton or when you have Trey McBride? Stevenson was a good value. That's fine. Jerry Jeudy, Sadiq. So he has 3 tight ends in this roster when he has Trey McBride. Dude, this is an F for build. I'm going to go D-. This is probably even though he has Lamar, there's a chance this team's going to win some games based on Lamar, Cook. But dude, this is a fucking rough team, man. I don't, it doesn't make any sense. You agree, man?
I think this one's F. Like, actually.
This one is really, really rough. Let's see what Todd Monken has to say about this one.
He can't masturbate. He can't make it come out.
He can't go left?
No, he can't go to his left. Can you go to your left?
Nobody can.
No one
really
can.
hard, It's funny, though. There's other things I can do lefty. I can eat lefty. I can brush my teeth lefty.
There's a big difference. You need rotation. You need tempo. You need feel.
Season. I think you learn a lot. In fact, you learn a heck of a lot more when things aren't going well than when it is going well. And I learned a lot.
Thank you, Todd Monken. All right. We need 26 more likes for a draft, which is probably not going to happen. All right. Let's keep on going through this team. This team's bad. I'm getting off this team. I don't want to see this anymore. Dirty Ray. You're going to send this to the league? You don't know a lot of these guys. You know some of them?
Yeah. Can you do the Brandon one?
Which one?
I think it's on the right. The red one, Brandon's brilliant team.
Yeah. I'm going to go in order, though. We can go reverse order here. So this is a guy at 10. We did like his team. He has Joe Burrow, McCaffrey, Bucky, Jefferson, Nico, Fannin, Pickens, Panthers, and Mevis. We don't care about that. Benches, Pittman, Michael Wilson, George Kittle makes some sense in this team for sure. Aaron Jones, Harvey, Coker, and why did he drafted Alvin Kamara? Dude. Tank Bigsby was available. Like, we want to win leagues in this shallow league. Like, do not take Alvin Kamara. He's going to be dropped. That's just a waste of a pick. Love this lineup, though. I mean, Burrow, McCaffrey, Bucky, Jefferson, Nico, and Pickens. So this is a really good team. Even the tight ends with Fannin and Kittle. This is the second or third best team. The second one we looked at was really good. I think I'm like this one more. But this bench, with these receivers you have, like, Pittman, okay, Michael Wilson, I get that pick. He could emerge as the actual number one there. Pittman he's floor play, I guess, but RJ Harvey makes sense. It's good. It's okay. But the starting lineup is where this is pretty good. So I dig this team. I'm going to go B on this team. Solid B. What do you think?
I think I like him more than the second one, for sure.
They're both pretty good. Like these are our two teams we're competing with this year, at least so far. But I definitely dig the build of this team. Again, the benches, that's what separates. Like, anyone can draft a starting lineup. I mean, apparently not everyone can, because some of these other teams did not draft a good starting lineup. But, there's going to be studs all over the place. But it's the bench. Can you make sense with what you have? And we want to go to win the league. Don't take Alvin Kamara. Like, this is not 2021 anymore. Let's go to Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue's team. This is the Josh Allen team. Josh Allen, Bijan, ETN. He got really good value on ETN. We were going to take him. London, Wilson, Warren, Tyler Warren, and Waddle. This is right up there with those other teams. I love this squad. If he has a good bench, this is my favorite team. Dak, Kenny Gainwell, Wandale, Dallas Goedert, Concepcion, Shaheed, and Pinheiro. He does not have a good bench. I like the Concepcion pick in theory for a guy that could go boom, but he already has. He doesn't have any Browns, but like, it's a Browns player in a 10-man league. Wandale, Gainwell. I guess Gainwell could be the starter if there's an injury to Bucky. Wandale has no business being on any team in this format. Dallas Goedert. Okay, that's a fair pick. Shaheed, I do like. He has two kickers. That's an issue. Like, don't take two kickers.
I actually did.
But Dak Prescott and Josh Allen also don't make any sense, dude. Just wait. You could have gotten any quarterback as a backup. You're starting Josh Allen every week. You're going to be tempted to start Dak some weeks, which don't do. It's a good team. This is right up there. This is right up there with the other teams. Do you like this one?
No, I do. The starting lineup's good, though.
Yeah, starting lineup's really solid. Waddle as a flex is okay. Garrett Wilson, London. I like the PPR aspect here. All around pretty good because he has elite onesies. Warren and Josh Allen. That's about as good as it gets with what we've seen. But I just have some issues with this bench, as I do with most of these benches. It's fine. I actually think this is probably tied for my favorite team. I think all three of those teams are tied. This and the other two we liked are tied. I'm going to go solid B on this one. What do you think? B to B plus, or do you think C?
I think it's slightly better than that first team.
All right, you still like the one team the most, the one we went, the last team we reviewed. Let's go to Edison's team. Edison's squad, we have Trevor Lawrence, Josh Jacobs, Kyron, Puka, Chris Olave, Loveland, Jamison Williams with the Eagles, and Jason Myers, my boy. Not enamored with these running backs, but Puka, Olave, and JMO. He has Loveland and Lawrence. I think he took Lawrence way too early, if I recall. Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren, Strange, Caleb Williams, Josh Downs, Browns. This is a pretty good bench. I don't hate this bench. I don't hate this team. It just seems kind of average. I would probably go like C+ on this team.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree for sure.
Nothing to write home about. The Loveland pick is super nice. I do like that pick. And, Puka, Josh Jacobs, worth the risk, especially in this format. But Tony Pollard and Jalen Warren, I guess that's his third and fourth running back. Take one, not the other. Don't take two floor guys here. And Downs is okay. So,
what are you at on Downs? You like Downs?
In full PPR, yeah, I'm probably moving him up with the uncertainty with what we have with Alec Pierce. Probably ahead of Alec Pierce. I still think the ultimate upside lies with Alec Pierce, even in PPR. Josh Downs, I think his ultimate ceiling could be 22, 24. I think Alec Pierce could be a top 16 guy. Just based on efficiency, volume, contract, the player, love the player. And I love Josh Downs as well. I'm not going to believe them saying he's a full-time player until I see it. Now he's going to be forced to be a full-time player with Alec Pierce nursing that ankle injury. But there's a really good chance to bring in Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen would not affect Alec Pierce. It would affect Josh Downs and kind of misplace him in this offense a little bit. Kind of like what happened with Ladd McConkey last year. That's the issue with Josh Downs and Keenan Allen. Let's go to Django A-Chained, like that name. We have Hurts, A-Chain, David Montgomery, CeeDee Lamb, Ted McMillan, Kyle Pitts, DJ Moore. With Herbert as his backup, that's fair. Rico, Kincaid, Golden, Mayfield, three quarterbacks. Don't do that. So we didn't take a backup quarterback, right? He'll be dropping Baker. It's no big. These guys aren't going to roster three quarterbacks all year. Likely and Pacheco. So he took three tight ends and three quarterbacks in a 10-team league. That's a waste. That's your waste. He has Rico and Pacheco on his bench, and he has Montgomery and A-Chain. This is an issue.
This is last place, right? This might be the last place.
Probably. I mean, Hurts and Herbert are fine. I mean, he has three quarterbacks. It's a good best ball team. I like this team in best ball, but this is, I don't know, DJ Moore as a flex in this format, shallow league, not about it. CD and McMillan are nice, but Montgomery is pretty boring. This is a pretty boring team. The bench is just, I like the players he took on his bench. Just the positional, what he took positionally is just silly. So I'll go C- on this team because there is some upside, but D+, C-. Not the worst team in the league, but it's definitely towards the bottom. And the last team, we'll go through our team one more time after this, guys, and we're comparing it to. And now we want to look at our team again after we have looked at all these fucking squads, and we will salivate. Jackson Dart, Saquon, Breece Hall, St. Brown, Ladd McConkey, Brock Bowers, Carnell Tate, with Tootin, Parker, Price, Pierce, Godwin, Tyson, and Cam Ward. This is a well-built team here. I endorse this team.
Yeah.
I think he reached on Dart because the format is nice for Dart, 4 for a passing touchdown, no bonuses. This is the type of quarterback we do want for some upside weeks. And Brock Bowers makes his team pretty elite. But Carnell Tate is a flex. Don't love. The running backs are solid, though. And, if in the flex isn't the biggest issue because you have Tootin, you have Parker.
Yeah,
Price, Pierce. This is a bench. Yeah, this is the bench we want to see, guys.
I like that a lot.
And then a rookie in Tyson. Chris Godwin gives you some floor, but he goes way too late in PP. This is it. This is a bench. This is the bench. This is the team. Probably my favorite team. All in all. Who's his backup quarterback? Cam Ward. So he's a little. I wish this guy would have taken a better backup quarterback with Jackson Dart. This is the team that needed to take Justin Herbert or Dak Prescott, right? Not Cam Ward. And I understand the appeal of Cam Ward. Cam Ward's ceiling is top 12. And I want a guy that could take Kyler, take somebody that has some rushing upside. But I like this team, not a Tate guy as a flex play here. But he has Brock Bowers. That's a cheat code.
Ward top 12. Wow.
This is I think that's his upside, right? I don't think we can deny it. I mean, we just saw Brian Daboll make Jackson Dart into a fantasy stud, and we all thought I still think Cam Ward's a better player than Jackson Dart. Not in terms of rushing, but better quarterback. And just look at who he was playing with last year, man.
Cam's
Io
got
Manor,
some wheels, man.
DK.
Cam's bigger frame.
This is a pretty good team. This is not super flex, by the way. It seems like it is because everyone's taking court. This is the starting lineups. Let's go look at our team again after looking at all these. I love the name of this team, the 2 centimeter defeater. 2 inches is small, and that's even smaller. Let's go to the rosters here. I'm going to stick around and answer some questions after we get to this team. Just want to thank Junk for hopping on and supporting the show. And real quick, before I do anything else, let's just give a shout out to all the dudes. You will see Junk Buster's name in there at the very bottom, even though you're just the last one to join up the Fanatics. He is a fanatic, and guess what? We offer a lot to all the people coming on the show. We will help draft your teams, manage your teams. I do a lot for everyone in there, but the Fanatics, like I always say, I'll cut your fucking grass if you live by me. And I'm joking because some guys actually do live by me, so I might have to fucking own up to that one. But again, appreciate Junk and as well as everybody else for hopping in the community because we're about to take off. Once I win that Thrones League, potentially, having some pretty elite guests coming on, some collaborations that I have in the works. That's pretty awesome. And in general, you guys know the content is very plentiful, but also entertaining and informative. What is happening here? Let me get to the squads. We're going to look at our team one more time. We just saw those other teams. Here's our squad.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, there's a lot of fantasy YouTubers out there, right? But honestly, there's some that just keeps you coming back, and I think you're one of those. Honestly,
thank you, man.
I keep coming back. I mean, every season when season comes back, I mean, I'm here. You know what I mean?
And we're here in the off season too. If you're ever bored, we're always. I think I counted. It was 16 or 17 days since I started the streams, and it's been about almost a full calendar year. We've missed 16 nights. I have missed 16 nights in 365 days. Do the math. That's 1.4 per month. That means, I'm going to be on 29 days a month. And it's not just that. It's the length of these podcasts because I'm having a good time. I'm drinking. Those are very kind words,
dude,
man.
I'm at EST time, and you're up at 4.
Yeah, I'm central. So, yeah, it's usually 3. And I'm usually doing work after the streams to set up for the next stuff so I can hang out with my wife when she gets off work. And I also need an hour of chill. So I'm essentially sleeping from 5 to 10, which is fine. I was in the golf industry, so I'm used to waking, not sleeping a lot, and I'm naturally pretty cracked out. Let's look at the squad, though. This team is super strong. I think it's going to look better now that we looked at all the other teams. Drake May, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, Tucker Kraft, and Terry McLaurin. But here's where the real juice comes in. We saw the other benches. This is stupid, man. Luther Burden on the bench. Travion Henderson on the bench, Christian Watson, Brian Thomas, and then Monungai and Blake Corum. So the running backs on the bench, Hendy, Monungai, Blake Corum, Luther Burden, Watson, and Brian Thomas. And we also have Zach Charbonnet, who's going to slide into the IR spot. We're probably going to pick up Ray Davis or one of those guys. I think Ray Davis is the play because Ty Johnson's injury right now. He's an elite handcuff already, but if there's no Ty Johnson, yeah, those guys are both. Bigsby, Ray Davis, they're all available because people were taking Alvin Kamara because they know his name. We don't like to take players. We know everyone's name on this channel. This team is insane. Our bench is if this was our lineup, our bench is like a D. If that was a starting lineup, our bench is not better than some of those lineups, but this could be started. We would have Luther, Watson, and Brian Thomas at the wide receiver spots, Henderson, Monungai, and Corum. And these guys aren't a great week to week, but we took them for the upside of injury. Pretty solid team, man, at the bench. But this is a banger, dude. This is a fucking banger.
You like this team more than that last team?
This is our team. We love this team. This is an A. I want to say A+. I don't want to say A+ because the tight end issue is a concern. Maybe we take a backup tight end maybe we pick up a backup tight end for Charbonnet when he goes to IR. It's not going to let me do that for a while because it waits till they put him on PUP, which should happen relatively soon. But this is, I'm not trying to be biased. If I saw this team, I'd be like, holy fuck. Chase Brown and Kenneth Walker, 2 RB1s, 2 PPR merchants. Drake May is quarterback 3 by most accounts. We got him at quarterback 6. Jamar Chase is the number 1 wide receiver. Zay Flowers is a fringe wide receiver 1. Terry McLaurin I'm pretty high on. That's our weakness is Kraft and McLaurin, but we backed it up with Burden, with Watson, with Brian Thomas. Hendy could be flexed. This is a hell of a fucking team, man. This is a team, and you know what? Hopefully the next one we draft, we're doing one more, guys, in a couple weeks, right? What is the date again? The 27th?
4th? 24th?
24th. Yeah. That's that's a bigger money league. And you know all those dudes in the league, or
Oh yeah.
okay, so that's your league.
This league's been going on since 2020, I think.
Oh, you're such a young man, Junk Buster. So I've been playing fantasy as long as you've been alive.
I look a little older than I am, but
no, I think you're a mature spirit. I'll say that you're a mature spirit. No, I've been playing fantasy since. I started playing in 2004. I played the last 2 years of high school, and then I'm guessing you were born in 2004.
03, yeah.
Oh, okay, you had me by a year, and then I stopped for a couple years because I had my own place at 18. I didn't have internet. And it was just expensive back then. I was just trying to survive. And I started playing again in 2010. And then 2011 is when ever since 2011, I've been playing 24 leagues a year. And that was way before best ball and shit. So a lot of leagues under my belt. So I can't wait to crush that next draft with you. Hopefully those guys are a little sharper.
I thought this was going to be great practice. But
hey, we hit on some good things though, man. The Hendy thing we did, waiting on Kraft, that was elite. Like that's something most people don't do. We probably wouldn't have got Hendy if we took, and we ended up getting Kraft. It was a risk because these guys were taking double onesies, but that's the kind of stuff that, I'm a big golfer. That's course management. That's the stuff that your average person isn't thinking about. And like, that's huge. Like that, it will suck if someone took Tucker Kraft. We would have had to take George Kittle, whatever. You know what? Having Hendy is a chance of, like, as much as I hate Hendy, that's a league-winning player. If Stevenson goes down, Hendy is an RB1, and we can't deny that. Even I can't deny that. It sounds wild. I'm talking up Hendy so much recently. I think his ADP has gone down too much.
A lot of change of heart, Herbert, and
Well, I was never off Herbert this year. I just was like drafting him at the fair price at his ADP. And I was off Hendy because I've been talking shit about Hendy for a while now. But earlier in the best ball street seasons, right, in May this year, in May and in March and June, those months, Hendy was going in the 4th round. I was not on board with that. Now he's going in the 5th and 6th round. See, it's cost. It's everything ADP. I can hate the player, the situation potentially, and I love being tied to that offense. I love the archetype of player that Hendy is, right, home run hitter, but I don't see him earning the role, right? And which is why in best ball, I like Hendy because he doesn't need to earn the role. He's going to hit some home runs. In redraft as a starter, no, we got him as a bench running back. And that's the kind of, that's what other league you're going to get Hendy as a bench running back. Like, not even a 10-team league typically. Usually he would go as a top 20 running back. But hey, man, we take what we can get. And we built a banger, dude. We built a banger. So you should send this to, I think we were a little mean on the team. We were just being honest. I was just being honest. If we drafted a shit team, you've seen some of my best balls. If I draft a bad team, I fucking say it. I give myself a D. I call myself an idiot. We all need to learn, and it's a learning point. And it's also just my opinion. It's our opinions. Like, just because I don't like the team doesn't mean it's bad. Like, what do I know? A lot. But either way, what do I know? It's just my opinion. It doesn't mean the team can't win. It's a 10-man league. Any one of those teams besides 5 of them can win. 5 of them can't win. Oh, shit. God. Hell yeah, bro. All right, I'm going to get to the questions, dude. So I appreciate you coming on, and we're going to definitely link up again.
I want to leave with one thing.
Yeah.
I know you retired the Tiny Dancer meme.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to bring it back this season.
Okay, I probably should. What I'll do... here's what I'm going to do.
Or get the
to
Tiny Dancer 2.0. Who's the next Tiny Dancer?
Well, I think Jadarian Price might be the next Tiny Dancer because the clips we saw. But here's what I got to do because I want to make it fresh and new. Obviously, the song is going to be in there and everything. And the idea of that clip was amazing because he literally went all around. I'm going to wait for week 2 for week 1 film to come out. I will find a Tiny Dancer, Kenneth Walker. He will dance as much as I love him. We'll find a Chiefs Tiny Dancer clip for Kenneth Walker, and then we will rehash it. We'll get it by week 2 or week 3. I got you on that one, man.
I got you on that one. I really do. All right. It was
it
was fun, man. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love the show. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you'll be seeing Junk Buster in the chat and in the Discord. Again, thank you to Andrew. His real name is Andrew. Oh, he logged off. Thank you to Andrew for, supporting, and I'm glad to help, and we had a hell of a time. So let's answer some questions here. I'm going to keep this team up because I want to glaze this motherfucker some more. What a fucking team. Way up here in the chat. Let's see. Hopefully some of you guys are in here. Frosty, how high are you guys on K9? Pretty goddamn high, man. We did the running back league winning segment, all the 10 categories. And Kenneth Walker graded really high. I love the player. I mean, I don't trust DeMarcado at all. And I love Emmett Johnson, but Emmett Johnson's a rookie and nowhere near the player that Hendy is, for instance. We saw Hendy not be on the field even when we had the chance. So there is just no way that anyone's taking work from the concern is they limit his workload because of injuries, but it'd still be 19 touches. Love that. Montana says A+ for our team. Appreciate that one, man. Yeah, McDaniel's an idiot. I mean, he's a hell of a coordinator, but I don't trust what comes out of his mouth. I tend to believe this one because that's what I believed all along. I think I referenced that earlier. I do believe that all along. It's going to be some sort of committee. I mean, again, 90% of backfields are a committee already. This is a chance to be a three-way committee, which we hate. We don't want a third guy. Even if Adal's getting 8% of snaps, that is 8% that's not going to Hampton. I'm also not 100% sold on Hampton's talent, but I will take him at a fair price, which is pick 19. 2 kickers. I told you my beliefs. It's ESPN. They make you draft a kicker. I would never draft any kickers early on in the draft season. I'm just going to not draft defense and kicker and take Ray Davis and Tank Bigsby and then drop them, the night before the draft or night before the season starts. And then I take my onesies in terms of my special teams guys. But taking 2 kickers is just silly. They'll be dropping those guys. What do we got here? The quarterback hoarders. That's insane. Rostered 4 quarterbacks all year. So he didn't have shots at rookies or running backs that are backups. That's what you want with your bench. High upside guys. You guys obviously saw that here. I've been playing that way for a long time. Montana bench better than some of my best ball teams. I mean, this is a 10-man league, right? So the team is always going to look good, but some of the other teams did not look good. The benches were the biggest issue, right? Just they didn't make any sense. And yes, I have a certain strategy and formula I play with, which is I want guys. I don't want Jacoby Myers. I want guys that can go nuclear, right? Luther Burden, you got to dip because of his injury. Potential nuclear if he's the number one. Hendy, obvious. Christian Watson, 100% could be a top 15 receiver. Brian Thomas, we just saw him be a wide receiver 1. And then Monungai and Blake Corum. I don't even consider these guys handcuffs, but I mean, Monungai is a running back 3. I think from week 8 on, I read a stat earlier today. From week 8 on last year, so the last 10 weeks of the season, 9 weeks of the season, Kyle Monungai was running back 19. DeAndre Swift was running back 13. So in PPR, Kyle Monungai was a top 20 running back the back half of the season when this Bears offense really went into high gear and the running game took off. So, Monungai is not even a handcuff, but if there is a Swift injury, Kyle Monungai to the moon. Top 14, top 12 with Monungai, top 8 for Corum with injuries. We're not allowed to put Sharp in the IR spot yet. We definitely will do that. ESPN's great. I got to reach out to some people for them to fucking do some more ESPN leagues because this ADP and the ADP was also what drove some of those bad picks. Max, I was in first grade in 2005. Sorry to make you feel old. I mean, the thing is, it's being old is so relative because when I talk to people of my parents' generation or people that were born in 1970, for instance, guys that are 50s, and I play golf with a couple guys that are in their 50s. I got some friends that are older. I'm young compared to them, and then compared to some other people, I'm old too. So I'm right in that meaty part, right? The prime of my life, as they say. Taking a kicker at all is crazy work, unless it's the last 2 rounds of the draft. But round 6, unbelievable. Aubrey is a heck of a weapon, but guys, go back and I don't want to tell you guys to watch kicker film, but literally Aubrey was fading last year. At the end of the year, he was missing some kicks. And I'm not saying we've seen these kickers lose it. So I don't think Aubrey is as set in stone as people think. He's still the number 1 kicker. I would still take him number 1. But these kickers lose it. And it's not an age thing. It's a mental thing, a mentality thing for these guys. They lose the confidence. Hetzer also says he wants Tiny Dancer to come back. Hell yeah. Am I a madman for doing 9 fantasy mock drafts? Probably, because I don't believe in mock drafts, Max. I would say, am I a madman for have done almost 400 best ball drafts? Am I a madman for doing 40 redrafts? That one's definitely yes. I am a madman. Short Bus Kids versus Rob / Junk Buster. A team to A+ team for you guys. Just wouldn't have taken McLaurin and would have grabbed a tight end with Kraft. Who did we? That's a good call. If I had known we got these receivers here, you know what I mean? Let's take a gander at the draft here. Draft recap. Who did we take? Let's look here. So McLaurin, Laporta was the option. We thought we could, but is Laporta markedly better than Kraft? I don't think so. I actually have Kraft ranked higher. So, that was the option. And we wanted the other, I don't want Kyle Pitts. That's not really an upgrade. I have Kyle Pitts ranked lower. We had, and I wasn't going to pass on Zay. So Tyler Warren should have been our pick. If we had taken Tyler Warren in round 4, right? That's probably the play. And then we skip out on Zay Flowers. And then we still have that elite bench that we pull up the other bench receivers and we have a better tight end. But I don't hate what we did. I thought Warren was going to fall back to us, honestly. But that's not the way it happened. And the original goal of this team was to take Bowers here. But when Chase Brown and Kenneth Walker were here, and we already had Chase, it's like, yeah, bro, give me 2 RB1s that have major upside, PPR mavens that can both win the league for us or help win the league for us. And then, Zay Flowers, I'm a pretty big fan of. And we got Drake May after Daniels was off the board. Hurts was already off the board. That's why the Drake May pick seems early. But look at the quarterbacks were already off the board. Josh Allen, we had Hurts go as the second quarterback off the board. Lamar actually went. Did Lamar go? Where did Lamar go? Where the hell? Lamar went in the first round, didn't he? Lamar went right here. Lamar went at the 3rd pick in the 2nd round. So Lamar was off the board. Josh Allen was off the board. Jalen Hurts was off the board. Jaden Daniels was off the board. So we got Drake May at pretty good value. But yeah, Luther Burden in round 7, Hendy in round 8, Kraft in round 9, Watson in round 10, Brian Thomas round 11. It's a banger. It's a banger of a team. ESPN blows, though. Not a fan of ESPN. All right, get some more comments before I get off here, boys. 145 yards on the rush last year. He is the goal line back, McCall. Shut up, McCall. How you doing, man? Fannin and McLaurin with no Tunsil. Terry McLaurin is so safe, though. I'm not too worried about the Tunsil thing. If that's our issue, that's why we have, and I understand that is probably the weakness of our team, but we have Burden, Watson, and Brian Thomas. Like, Christian Watson might very well be our wide receiver 3 in this situation. That's why we did take these high upside guys. I'm pretty bullish on Terry McLaurin, though, personally. So I'm picking at the 107. Should I try for Amon-Ra or CD or try for JT and Cook? It's PPR. I'm going to go St. Brown tops there. So St. Brown, is it a 10 or 12 man league? Andon. St. Brown is probably tops for me. Just such a safe pick in PPR. And then CD or JT and then James Cook. All those other guys are all tied for me. I could take shares of all those guys. St. Brown's a tier above because of the safety and the offense, everything about St. Brown. You like Schrader? Hank Schrader? Asac Schrader? Yeah, Lamar went round 2. Insane stuff. But I still do have, as much as I'm a big Laporta fan, I still do have Tucker Kraft ahead of him. If you go to Underdog right now, Tucker Kraft goes pick 79, Laporta goes pick 90. Most rankings do have Tucker Kraft ahead of Laporta. I don't see a big difference between the two, but I think the upside is with Kraft because he is more important to that offense. The offense is better. The environment is definitely better with the Lions. Yep. Colts, and they kick in a dome as well, man. 12-team league from Andon. So, yeah, at 7, I would definitely I want to take St. Brown because you're most likely going to have a running back fall to you in the second round, whether it be Hampton, Saquon, Kenneth Walker, Chase Brown, any of those guys, and then you're going to go 1-1. That's an ideal start. If you go JT and Cook, you're not going to like the receiver there, and you could go running back, but I want to stay balanced if I can. So give me St. Brown at number 7 overall. It's just such a safe pick. I would say in reality, because it's fantasy football and I liked a couple other teams I saw, a 40% chance to 50% chance to win. And the nice thing is with the bench we have, we can make trades. We could get Gibbs on this team. We can get Bijan on this team. We can get Puka on this team and trade we could trade Luther Burden and Kenneth Walker and the team that has no depth, he has an injury to, Luther Burden and Kenneth Walker to get Gibbs or to get Bijan and just make this team a fucking super team. Breaking news, Ayuk just signed a 1-year deal with the San Fran. Are you fucking with me, Jonathan, or is this real? Are you trying to wish this into existence? Because there's no way. Okay, the substation. I get it. See, I got a little excited. I'll check out your team, Derek. Are you still here? You want me to read it for you, man? Let's read it for Derek, the American sniper. Let's see what he has. All right. Derek squad. Jalen Hurts and Matt Stafford, Josh Jacobs, Bashal Tootin. This is an underdog team, by the way. Jacobs, Tootin, Blake Corum, Tyron Tracy, Tank Bigsby, Puka, Devonta Smith, DK Metcalf. Myers is your 4, Coker's your 5, Adonai Mitchell, Pat Bryant, Calvin Ridley, and Tyquan Thornton with Brock Bowers and Hawkinson. All right. I dig this squad, man. I don't like Jacoby Myers as a 4, but you took 9 receivers, so the build is an A+. Don't love Corum as a 3. It's an aggressive team. There's also some safety in it with the running backs you have. Tracy was a big pick for you, a guy that could step up and give you some weekly floor. And then Corum, Tracy, Tank Bigsby. This is how you do it, man. This is how you do it, Derek. Big old Derek. Shout out to Derek. How's school going, man? Before you get off, how's it going? You're a couple days in now, man. Kids treating you well? Jay, you have the first pick in our PPR league. Are you going to go with your Lions guy? So I figured you go Gibbs. Are you going to go with Bijan because of the center law? And I understand that's a fact, but Gibbs is just awesome. I mean, I in PPR, in half PPR, give me Gibbs all day over Bijan because it's touchdown upside, right? In full PPR, you can make an argument for Bijan. He's going to have more receptions, maybe not more receiving yards because Gibbs is going to have those really long ones, and so will Bijan. But in PPR, give me the guy that might have more receptions. I still want Gibbs over him. It's really close. If I had 10 first overall picks, not even for the sake of diversifying, I'd probably go 6 Gibbs shares and 4 Bijan shares. Is he back for week 1, Schrader? You don't have to convince me, Cameron. I'm the biggest Kraft guy ever because I had him in 19 of 36 redraft leagues last year and probably 33% on underdog. Sucks he got injured because I was 4-1 or 5-0 in all those fucking teams. But I'm still a big Kraft guy. The price is the difference this year and the ACL, right? Where it's like last year I was getting him in the 9th round, 10th round in 12-man leagues. Now it's a 5th to 6th to 7th round pick. That's a little concerning. But still love the player, and it's a better situation this year because it's a more wide open room. I did get a little stoked there. All right, guys, I'll answer a couple more questions. If anyone does join the community in these last couple minutes, we will do an underdog draft to end the show. Otherwise, I can actually make this a kind of an early night, and we did 2.5 hours. Started really early tonight. We could have started at 10. I didn't know the league got pushed back. Tomorrow night, Mike Storey is joining us for we like the segment we did so much the other night, the running back league winning segment. We're doing it for wide receivers. We're doing the wide receiver recipe. Essentially, we're trying to find the next JSN. Same exact format, different categories for wide receivers that we had for running backs, 5 categories. And we're going to rank these players at these categories and find, just kind of throw darts at these and not if we like a guy or hate a guy, where they fit in these 5 categories. Elite offense, elite target share, all those kind of things. I still have to make up the segment, all that kind of stuff. But that's going to be a great exercise. We're going to go from like round 3. We're going to start where JSN was going last year. So essentially round 3 to round 5, those wide receivers, those 15 to 17 names, and we're going to find out who has the best chance by our metrics, by our algorithm, those 5 categories that we do value for league winning receivers. They have to hit at least 3 or 4 of them. We're going to find out who has the best chance to be a league winning wide receiver. So that's going to be a great segment tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central with Mike Storey. I'm going to get to the last couple comments here. Before I get to that, one more time. Here's Helen Hunt. One more time, Helen Hunt. Hello, Helen. Looking great. Anyone that's interested in joining the community, it is a great time to join. 50% off your first month, and that goes all the way up until the end of the month. So get in there and get all this info. Get into the community with all these awesome people. I do want to shout out all the people in there right now supporting me. A lot of you guys in here on that list. So pat yourself in the back, give yourself a round of applause, and I just want to say thank you for everyone that's in there. And you see Junkbuster's name there, and we draft teams for people. We manage people's teams. We're always in there 24/7. At least I am, essentially asking whatever question you guys have about dynasty, trades, life. Don't fucking matter. It is what do we call it? We call the community. It's the place to be.
What do you call it, Kramer? It was. Come on, now, Rudy. Come on. We call it the place to be. The place to be. Yes.
Damn straight. So yeah, use the code PRO if you're gonna do the Patreon. Want to save you guys some money? Give it a shot first, and the first month is half off. So just to get in the Discord, it's $5, so it's $2.50. If you want to play some leagues with us, we do have 2 openings, guys. 2 openings in our redraft leagues. We have 1 spot in our 10-team Superflex. It's $100, all on League Safe. We have 1 spot in our $50 Best Ball on Sleeper. They're both going to be at Sleeper. That's also League Safe for the payments. That's a 24-round Best Ball with an added flex. It's going to be super deep, super fun. All your favorite people, as well as some of the co-hosts are in those leagues. I'm in all of those leagues, commissioning them. So you don't have to worry about any chicanery. Someone in a mock draft just drafted Jeremiah Love at pick 111. That's because it's a mock draft. That's insane. So Jay is taking Gibbs in our league at 1. I just traded up to the 2 spot. I had the 5 hole. And I think me and McCall both had the same situation. He already had 3 2-holes picks, which is a good spot to be, but it's not great for the 2-3 turn. And I had my first 3 draft slots I know of in my publics are all number 5. So I want to diversify. It worked out for both of us. And I also got away from Jonathan. I don't have to draft him because Jonathan. We like a lot of the same players. So I'm also on the exact opposite side of the board as Derek. So like a couple wins for me there. And 5's a great spot for the second round, especially. Cool, man. Cool, Derek. Going to go back and watch the show. Got off late. Yeah, we just did an underdog draft to start because our redraft I was drafting with Drunkbuster got moved back. And we did that draft. It's pretty funny. You saw some kickers going early. Wally, what's up, Wally? Wally, stories on tomorrow, man, just for you. Wilson, Ibuka, Flowers, full PPR, rank and order. Flowers, Ibuka, Wilson, reverse order. But I have them similar tiers. I think Flowers is the safest because we know he's rolling that offense. We know he's an elite player. Ibuka, there's questions about the role, not the snap share, about how they deploy him. That's the issue I have with Ibuka. And also, do we know Ibuka's an elite talent? I think we saw he was for a small sample. Was that real? Can he play X receiver? If they're going to use him at X, I'm off Ibuka. If you told me right now he's the starting Z receiver there and he's going to play slot and be the move guy, I'd be smashing Ibuka everywhere. Garrett Wilson, you kind of know what he is, right? He's a target hog. He's inefficient, mostly because of quarterback play. And the quarterback play is not going to be great this year either. So the most talented player of this bunch is Garrett Wilson. Like, I don't think anyone can deny that. Garrett Wilson's a stud. But, it's situation. So Flowers, Ibuka, Wilson. Oh, you don't need to say please, but I do appreciate it, Wally. Rob, you might cause nightmares after trading you the number 2 pick. Hope I don't regret that shit. it's not like I don't think I actually might not do it, dude, if I didn't have the number 5 already 3 times, because I love the fall. I love the players I can get at the 20th pick. I don't love the players most likely will be available at 23, but I'm diversifying. I do love Bijan, obviously. That's a nice little like advantage there. But our league is so deep with 2 flex spots, 3 receivers, 2 running backs. Like one player doesn't move the needle, right? Like if this was a 10-man league with 1 flex, you would never do that because Bijan's a huge advantage because there's less starting players you have to start. But both picks are great. It's not like you traded for 9. Like the number 5 pick is super elite, and especially for the second round. Also the third round. More Jacoby Lane on Twitter, Bird, today. The Jacoby Lane shits. And I'm going to... Oh, McAuliffe wants to be in the best ball. Well, you're in then, man. You're the last spot there, McAuliffe. Love it. Jacoby Lane, week 1, just watch. He'll play 33% of the snaps. Maybe he's an inactive dude. Like, we don't know this hype shit. Like, he's not playing ahead of Bateman. They're playing a lot of 12 personnel. I don't think he plays ahead of Surratt. So people are drafting like that, and I understand the appeal because he is an archetype of player that could be a red zone merchant tied to Lamar Jackson. It's a wide open situation because, Bateman isn't great, and he was actually drafted ahead of Surratt. So I understand that. Will you be in this after the stream? Will you be in? Yeah, I'm usually always checking it, Wally. I'm here for you guys. You know that. So anything you want to ask me, anything you want to say, always there for you guys. You know it. You know it, man. All right. 28 likes. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Very cute.
Oh,
What's his name?
It's Kwame. It's
Kwame. Kwame.
Mm-hmm.
Nice name. Nice
Thank
name.
you. I think so too.
It's a little light for Kwame, no?
What?
A lot of names to pick, but it was a little darker, maybe.
Yeah, can you go?
That's very scary.
You need to get out.
Hey, any of you guys want ginger ale?
Get the fuck out.
The subtle what she gives too, you can barely hear it. The subtle what? Like she's just like could not believe what he said because it's an insane thing to say. But not if you know Larry David, because it's something he would say. What a wild guy. What a wild show. I got to go back and rewatch every Curb. I've watched it twice all the way through. It almost gets better. Like when you watch Curb, that's a sign of a great show. When it same with movies, right? Like there's certain movies, especially ones that have twists in it. If you can watch a movie again when it has a twist, when that's like kind of the whole, not the whole point of the movie, but the selling point of a movie, it's a great movie. Breaking Bad's a show like that where it's like it gets better. Lost is one of those I've watched multiple times. You're always picking up on things. And for comedy, Seinfeld is obviously goated, but It's Always Sunny, Curb, those are the ones. Family Guy, South Park, like those are shows that you could just always go back to. You don't have to watch them in order. Curb is the one I do like to watch in order. Seinfeld, you don't have to. Sunny, you don't have to. But Curb can only be seen on HBO. I don't know. I have it's like an Android box. I don't know what the hell it is. And shout out Nico. He's the one that gave me it. And I paid like $300, and it has every channel. It has everything in live TV, all the sports, everything. Almost too many live channels. It has every movie and every TV show ever, like on demand. So I can watch anything. I can also watch I watched Obsession 3 weeks after it came out in theaters. I'm sure I can watch The Odyssey soon. So I get to watch pay-per-view shit's free. So I get everything. And I've had this thing for 4 years. I paid $300 for that stuff in 4 years. I probably shouldn't be saying this on the internet, but either way, it's you can buy the box for sure. It's like a Fire Stick, but way better. And sometimes it buffers. It's like 6 seconds, 8 seconds behind live TV. There's some negatives in it. The remote sucks where you try to type something in it. It sucks. But in terms of the quality, is the video quality is pretty damn good, like 90% of what it should be. And just being able to have everything is like, I'm a big movie guy. I love TV shows, that is. And I don't like to watch things live. So it's like, if you're we used to watch The Bachelor, me and my wife, and we would, they're going to come arrest me, like the Seinfeld episode where Jerry gets the illegal cable hookup. Anyone can get these things. I could probably hook you guys up. I'm a cable dealer now. But like we used to watch The Bachelor before it went totally batshit terrible. And I guess it's always been terrible, but it used to be entertaining. And we just wait the next day, whatever show is live, and then the on demand's there. So I hate watching commercials. The only commercials I watch is on NFL, right? And I'm watching Red Zone on one TV. I'm trying to watch a couple games on other screens with the computer. Try to watch as much because we only have so many hours in the day, right? And I go back and watch some film after the fact, but there's so much stuff going on in NFL Sunday. I want to get Red Zone's the best option, but it doesn't give you all the details we want, right? We want to dive into these things deeper. So, but throughout the course of the season, I end up watching so many full games because I watch every Thursday night game, every primetime game. Thursday, the late afternoon, I like it when it's only 3 games because then you can really focus on these games. The afternoon slate, the noon slate is just really hectic. McCall's got the same thing going. Hell yeah. I hope that Junkbuster sends this to his league mates because we were pretty harsh on some of those draft grades for sure. But it needed to be said, man. Those guys need to learn to build a proper bench. Learn next year because it's too late now. We won this league. What do we have? This mock's already started with CMC, Chase Brown, Collins, Smith, McConkey. Yeah, ESPN's insane, dude. I noticed it right when I didn't do a mock, but I wanted to see what the format of the draft looks like so I could set up the cameras and where it was at. And just seeing the ADPs was crazy. Which name are you referring to, Cameron? I said a lot of things, so I don't know. Yeah, it's just those ESPN mocks. It's silly. Jonathan's still grinding to make his 10th dynasty trade, and we made one with you, of course, and we got Mike Evans, bro, and we had to give up Xavier Worthy, but the nice thing is we got Ted Hurst. We kind of finagled you for Ted Hurst. That wasn't me. I would have done the original trade. Storey drives a hard bargain, man, so nothing I can do. All right, that is going to do it. We're going to be on tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central with Mike Storey doing the wide receiver league winning episode. League winners at wide receiver. We're going to find the next league winner based on this formula, and I think we should. Definitely be more. I mean, I don't watch a lot of new movies. It takes a lot. I don't go to the theaters. I just watched Oppenheimer literally 2 weeks ago for the first time, so that'll tell you all you need to know. I'm still trying to watch 90s movies and 80s movies I haven't seen because there's so many good gems that are available. So, yeah, fair enough. It worked for both of us, though, I think. Where do you think Waller end up in ranks? I think 170s. I'm not touching Waller. I understand the appeal in best ball purposes, stacking with Bryce Young. He's not – dude, he was getting hurt 4 or 5 years ago. You saw last year he got hurt again. What's the over-under games Darren Waller plays this year? I think it's like 9.5, and I would probably bet the under a 9.5. Is that fair? 9.5? Day's going good. Night's going good. Waller is definitely you know what's funny? He was catching a lot of touchdowns last year, but Darren Waller was always a PPR monster, right? He wasn't a guy that was scoring a lot of touchdowns back in the day with Derek Carr, but he's washed as shit, dude. Like, I want nothing to do. No, if anyone signs up for the community, we have 5 minutes. I'll do 5 more minutes. I would do one underdog draft. We did one to start the show. Then we did a redraft with a fan. If anyone signs up for the community in the next 5 minutes, we will do a draft. So if you want more content, there we go. It's a good time to sign up, right? Ask anyone in here. Jonathan's been here for a long time. It is 50% off, guys, for the next month. So your first month is 50% off if you sign up this month. But what better time to do it now to get all the insight? We have less than a month of the season starts. So use the code PRO. Get in the community. I'll get you in the Discord. Get you all that goodness. We offer a lot of shit, guys. It's not just the Discord, which is huge. A lot of people are selling draft guides. Yeah, we're doing that as well. We're also – let me change this view. I don't like this view here. This is a better view. There we go. We are also we have our ranks. We're gonna put our ranks up there soon. A lot of stuff. You have the ability. You're buying it on a community. You're buying it on me being there for you every step of the way for everything. I'm always on there. The fantasy leagues. We have one spot in the Superflex League now. We might start another one if we get more people. Guest appearance on the show. We just had Junkbuster on. We had Jonathan. We've had 10 or 12 fans on the show. So it's unlike anything else you're going to get. And we're not big enough where and I have to keep the Discord private because we have 50 people, 58 people in there, 60 people. Once we get 150 people in there, it's not the same feel. It's spammed with not bots, but it's just spammed with comments and everyone. I can't deal with it. servicing 140 people. I can deal with the 38 people that are Patreon members in there. And the rest of the guys are the co-hosts and some family and friends. But I can help. I help everyone out, all the 38 people. That's my fucking job. But if there's 150 people in there, like I don't want that. So can't have that. Free merchandise giveaways as well. Hats. This is a shirt. Shirts, hats, for free at your doorstep. Giving those away every single week of the NFL season. If you sign up to be a fanatic, you get a free hat off the rip and a shirt just for being an elite supporter of the show. Appreciate you guys. Also, let's hear from Big Ray. Here we go. Yes, Big Ray. Let's shout out I still have my picture of my wife in here. Shout out my wife. Love this picture of her. This is a couple years ago. I looked a little skinnier back then personally. I was definitely skinnier, but still I looked okay. My hair was a little better then. But she always looks beautiful. She is a goddess and a sweetheart. You're going to see her on here a couple nights drafting teams with me. We draft her teams together. So about 6 teams there. You think Caleb Williams is an MVP contender? Yeah, I do. It's too rich for me in terms of his price in best ball and ADP. But the recipe is there. He has the legs. He's tied to a potential top 2 or 3 team in the NFC. You have to be a top 2 seed essentially to be MVP as quarterback. And the weapons are a little questionable with Burden's injury, but the coach is there. The talent is there. 100% MVP contender. I do like servicing your teams. Thank you, Jonathan. It's awesome. We're always in there to help set lineups and trades and such. It's very active. Someone is always there to help out and respect. The bets are killer. They didn't even mention the bets. That's another thing. It's like there's a million things. The bets, documented. All there. 96 and 58 last year on my player prop bets. That's just during the season and the postseason. Every year is good. That was my best year I had. 48 and 26, also really elite. But over 60% of these prop bets, which if you know anything about betting, is super hard to do. These are not alternate lines. These are even odds minus 120 bets. We hitting them. Waller, 3 games, started 6 TDs, makes me think Pitt's going to ascend and finally be worth a number 4 pick hype. I'm fine with Pitts at ADP. At that point, if I don't get Fannin or anyone before that, if Pitts falls around after those guys, I'm in. I'm just going to take Mark Andrews, right? I'm just going to take Goddard. I'll take Hawkinson. I don't give a shit. Excuse me. Kyle Pitts was a product of a lot of stuff. Rob Peter opens underdog. Hear me out. Luther Burden is next year. Hear me out. Is Luther Burden next year JSN? And saying like this year, is he last year's JSN? No, the targets won't be there to be JSN. And also Loveland is there. I mean, JSN had no competition last year. It was insane. Like no elite tight ends, no wide receiver 2. Cooper Kupp was dusty. They weren't throwing to the running backs. Like there's just no chance he is a top 5 receiver, but I see the upside for sure. We drafted Luther Burden in this league. I like the talent though, for sure. Already been 2 hours. Yes, it has. We're already at 2:43. Ibuka, people like that. You know, the answer was Garrett Wilson before the NFL draft, and it very well could still be. But with Sadiq and Omar Cooper there, it's more competition. If they didn't bring those guys in, I think he could have been the answer for sure. No, JSN still really doesn't have that much competition. He has more in theory because, you know, Shaheed wasn't there for most of the year and they didn't really integrate him. They didn't really get him in the offense, right? They didn't force the ball to him. They didn't play him a lot. It was a special teams thing. This year, he will be a part of the offense. He's pretty dynamic. Torrey Horton will stay healthy most of the year, hopefully. That is the competition, but it's not great. Any running back handcuff. Ray Davis, Brian Robinson Jr., any of those dudes is who I'm taking. If you want to take a shot on like Torrey Horton, I'm big on Torrey Horton. It's got to be an upside play, a guy that can ascend to starting ranks, not a guy like Cooper Kupp, for instance. Never Cooper Kupp. Ibuka is winning the poll, 62%. That makes sense. Maybe that was kind of a weak poll. I didn't vote for Ibuka. I think I voted for Zay Flowers. I know that's weird. And Zay Flowers, what Zay Flowers is missing is the targets, right? Like the target share will be there. The talent is there. The role in the offense is there. It's just a target share. Who knows? Maybe it goes up. I like the player. Zay Flowers is an elite player. I know Zay Flowers is a great player. I don't know Ibuka is a great player. But for this exercise, Ibuka probably is the answer. All right, that's it for me, gentlemen. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central with Mike Storey. We're going to find this next wide receiver league winner, and maybe it's Ibuka. Hopefully, Ibuka scores the highest because I think the runway is there for him. And all right, we will see you guys tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys in the Discord after this. Almost 3 hours. Shout out to Junk Buster for hopping on with me and letting me draft his team with me. And he signed up for the Patreon. He's a fanatic. That's what we offer for the people in the community. Ladd could be. The touchdowns probably won't be there. Ladd is probably going to score pretty high. I know Storey hates Ladd, though. Maybe it's Lane. That's what the beat reporters are going to say, Cameron. Pretty funny. All right. Appreciate everybody. Cameron, Jonathan, McAuliffe, Hetzer, K-Space, everyone else. The supers from Jonathan and Derek. Appreciate you guys as always. We will see you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central. I'll talk to you guys in the Discord after this as per usual. Thank you guys. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out.